Ooh. Oh, Zach's in the chat. I'm coming for you all soon. Except he's used his alternate channel. Hmm.
Yo, welcome everyone to the 11th episode of the Nintendo Nite podcast. I'm joined today by some friends to discuss all the news that has happened for Nintendo in the month of March and then answer some of your questions as well. But let me introduce to you guys the people that we have right now. We've got Ben.
Hello.
And we've got Ruffled Rowlet.
Oh yeah, man, I'm from Uganda. Hello.
Put him on mute.
And yeah, I think Endgame the Cube should be joining us later too, but he said he's running a little bit late, so he might just hop in the call a little bit later. But yeah, we're gonna be pretty much discussing all the Nintendo news that's happened this month, and I mean, I'll be honest that there isn't a lot of stuff that's happened. Like, it's definitely one of those slow months. I mean, I guess because last month we already had like that Direct, and then they had Pokemon and all that's like. You know, you're not gonna expect a lot.
What do you mean? We got Nintendo Labo.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we can just hop into that because that's one thing that was shown this month, and it was Labo, but it's Labo VR, and like everybody was saying, like maybe Nintendo could do something with VR because there were actually trademarks or like patents for the Switch with VR, and everybody was like, is Nintendo gonna do VR? Is VR even gonna work on the Switch? And then they showed this Labo, and yep, sure enough, they're doing it. So. What do you guys think about it? Like, did you guys see the trailer for it?
Yeah, I saw it.
Oh, on you go.
Oh yeah, I was gonna just say I saw it. Didn't really look that. I mean, I don't know. For me, the whole concept of the Labo to begin with is just redundant as like I don't know like what word to use, but it's just I don't know. It literally they're selling you cardboard. Like they're selling you cardboard cutouts, which you can essentially make yourself, and they're charging a pretty chunky amount for it. And these programs could be like these games rather. Could be made in such a more like a way more I don't know like in a better way. Personally, I just don't like the Labo, so I don't really care much for this. I would have preferred if it went down the route of like what PlayStation does, which is to actually make a proper VR headset rather than doing this like very gimmicky thing because they know the Labo isn't really doing too hot. So they're like, well, if we do VR, maybe we can sell some more. So I don't know. I mean, maybe is Labo doing even well even because I'm pretty sure it's performing pretty like poorly.
I don't think it's performing bad. I just think it's underperforming what Nintendo had predicted. And you've got to remember, if they went the PlayStation route of like making a whole new piece of gear, it's going to be very expensive. And the Switch is aimed towards kids. They're not going to want to do that. So yeah, that's why it's cardboard. Yeah. I agree that it's pretty expensive for a piece of cardboard, but I think VR Labo has possibilities, has potential. But like, for example, the VR, like you have to hold the VR headgear rather than it like wrapping around your head. I feel like that's already pretty crap because it's probably gonna be like the mobile VR headsets on like Samsung smartphones. That's probably how it'll be. I feel like if they supported games that are already out, like Mario Kart VR, that would be really cool. I think there's actually potential.
The other thing was also just like people were saying like the Switch already has like a 720p screen, so like Labo or like just using VR in general on a 720p screen wouldn't be that good. And like, I mean, it hasn't released yet, so I don't think anyone's like tested it, so we don't know how it even works. But like from the trailer, they were showing like you basically just put on those goggles, and there was like I think like a blaster you could have where you're like shooting enemies, and then there was like some other things that they had as well. But yeah, I mean, Labo for me, it's not obviously like it's not targeted towards us, so I don't think it's gonna really impact us that much. But I thought it was cool how they are doing VR. I don't know how kids are gonna like that. So.
I don't know. I mean, quick input if I could just like insert real quick here about the actual VR thing is that like I had literally the other day my siblings asking me for like a VR, like they're like, oh, could you get us a VR headset and something like that. I was like, I'm not sure. I mean, you know, because VR headsets tend to be pretty expensive. You know what I mean? Like an Oculus Rift, dude. When I searched out the pricing, I was like,
it's expensive.
8.5 thousand like Swedish kroner, which is like $800 almost.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's like a ludicrous price. I was like, what? And then I looked up the PlayStation one, which is like way cheaper. It's like $300, $200, something like that. When you buy it, and you can get like also a bunch of games with it. It's like way cheaper. And then I look at those, and I you know, those are they're well made. But again, with like this, like, because I mean, even I've used VR before and it's fun, but like it's just like with Nintendo, for some reason they went down the route of making VR a thing that would work with Labo, which is the like least interesting thing I've ever seen. Like, I just do not care for Labo whatsoever. It's as like literally, it is so irrelevant to me. It's almost as relevant as like watching paint fucking dry, like straight up, because I just don't like. I literally do not care for Labo. I think it's a dumb gimmick. It's just cardboard.
Yeah, I mean,
like, I don't know. I get the
that's
premise.
why.
I get the premise though. But even like if I was the audience, I think I'd have
kids probably
as a
love
kid,
it though. I would think, like, if you're a kid.
I mean,
yeah,
I don't know. I mean, the thing is, I have siblings though, and I even know that they wouldn't. I mean, literally, if you want cardboard, I have cardboard outside my door right now. Like, it just feels. I've always found that weird. Like, why they went down.
It's like the interactive thing of it.
Yeah,
but like you had interactive things with like the Wii as well, right? You had like a lot of like weird kind of like different objects for different for example, like Wii Sports, you could have like that like extra tennis thing, that you put on like the tennis racket thing. Yeah, you had that, right? That was really cool, and that actually was something that could that was proper. While it's cardboard. Come on, it's bloody cardboard. Mm-hmm. Like that shit. Like you get some water on that and it's dead.
No, you're wrong. You're wrong.
My point,
the Wii tennis racket thing is completely nothing. Like there's nothing.
Yeah, like it doesn't have.
My point is, okay, listen. My point is, if I was to spill, I know, I get your point, but I'm talking like in terms of you're comparing cardboard versus at least something that's. I mean, I'd probably take plastic over cardboard, my dude. Cardboard. Water can get on cardboard and fucking destroy it.
It does something.
Dude, it's cardboard though. That's the thing. I just can't.
I mean, it's still more entertaining than Pokemon Sword and Shield.
Oh my god. Okay.
Can we just castrate him? Like, seriously? Like, I'm not even joking. Like, he should not be allowed to reproduce because his insolence is just like beyond this world.
Now, if they add support for Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, then the game is completely changed. Like, everyone will be picking it up.
Yo, let me give a shout out to Matt M real fast though. He said Mario and Sonic at Olympics 2020. We are going to be talking about that, but yeah, thank you so much, dude.
Don't you worry
for the donation. Yeah, I have that on the show notes. We're definitely talking about that. But yeah, the first thing that I wanted to talk about was Yoshi's Crafted World, which literally came out like 2 days ago. I personally haven't had the chance to play it, but I've seen people like playing it and talking about it. So, what do you guys think from like just the impressions that people have seen so far? Any of you guys get it?
I guess Ruffled Rowlet must absolutely despise this game since it's made of cardboard. He must think it's the most pointless thing on the planet.
No, Ruffled was actually interested about Yoshi.
I didn't even know it released yet, dude, because for the last 2 days, I've been caught up in a whirlstorm of other things.
Straight up. It's cardboard. You were interested about it, though, right? You actually liked it.
Yeah. I mean, I like listen because here's the thing, right? I've been like kind of like having this period of getting like back into more like single player games recently. So I've been just kind of like jumping into that sort of stuff. And when I remember when we watched the trailers for it, it looked really fun. I just haven't picked it up yet because literally for the last 2 days, I have no clue what's been going on in the world.
Yeah, I mean, for me right now, I'll probably get it because I love Yoshi games. The thing is, right now, I've already got a whole bunch of other games to play, so it's like, if I even get Yoshi, it'll just sit there on my shelf until I have time to open it up. So it's like,
Yeah.
there's no point to get it right now. And if anything, maybe the price will get lower too. It might be like Star Allies or whatever, where the price could be like $30-$40 when I end up picking it up. So that would be better. But,
well, I was going to get it because Nintendo had told me they were sending the Friday when it came out. I waited on the Friday and they never sent me the game, so I still don't have it. So I have not picked it up.
so
I
you
played
ordered
the
it, but you
demo.
haven't gotten it yet?
Well, no, Nintendo were meant to be emailing me a review for it on Friday,
Oh.
and they just never got back to me. So I was like, what the hell? So I was kind of annoyed over that. But the demo was fun. I had a lot of fun with the demo. I think the gimmick of cardboard and craft and the fact that the game's like 3D and 2D at the same time is a lot more interesting than what Woolly World did, where it was just the aesthetic that was changed and not really the actual gameplay.
Because here you actually like flip the whole level over and all that
Yeah.
stuff. So it's like there's some cool stuff to it. Yeah, I'll probably pick it up later. It still seems like a fun game. The only thing is, I want to know, like, if anyone's played it, let me know in the chat. But like, the one thing I want to know is the game going to be like a good amount of like playtime? Like, I don't want the game to be like an 8-hour game that I play once and then I'll never have to do anything again. You know what I mean? So.
I mean, I imagine it would last about 8 hours. It's a platform. Well, they don't usually last super
If
long.
someone
Like,
said Yoshi's a
Star
great
Allies.
game, it's worth the money, unlike Star Allies, in my opinion.
Oh,
Yeah,
Star Allies. I'm sorry, but that's the most garbage Kirby game of all time. Oh
I mean,
my
people
God, I
were
hate
hyped
Star
about
Allies.
it, and then it was disappointing too. So,
Oh, I wasn't hyped. I was making videos absolutely trashing that game. I hate
But-
Star Allies. I think it's lazy and just boring.
yeah, but I mean, so hopefully Yoshi at least lives up to that because people were saying that they were excited for Yoshi.
Yeah.
So that's good.
Yoshi looks inventive, which is why I was always interested in it.
Yeah. All right, so let's move on to the next thing here. So the next big thing, I guess the really only big event that happened from Nintendo officially this month was the Nindie Showcase. Like, they showed off some indie games, and this was actually one of their best Nindie showcases too, I think. Like, a lot of the stuff that they showed was really good, but of course the big thing that came out of it is that Cuphead is coming out for the Switch on April 18th. So yeah, what do you guys think about that?
If you guys in the chat have not played Cuphead, you're doing this yourself a massive disservice. Cuphead is such a fun. It's like a boss rush type game, but it's really fun. It controls really well, and obviously the aesthetics, the music, the visuals, fantastic. Such a great game. Play it now, or when it comes out in April.
Yeah, I mean, like, I've heard that it's a lot of fun, so I'll probably pick it up. Like I said, like right now I've got other games to play, but I don't know. What about you, Ruffle? Did you play Cuphead?
No, but I actually like kept tabs on it before it was even released, like back in like 2012 when the game was first like showed up in a magazine that I was reading.
Yeah,
Like I kept tabs on it since then, and I remember like when it finally came out, I was like really happy that because like that game originally wasn't meant to be what it ended up being. It was meant to be totally different, and it truly changed over time. It's a great game. And I've only really watched like let's plays of it because I don't know, I never really got down to like playing it myself because I just can't remember exactly why I didn't pick it up. But like I remember like at the time, I think it was about the same time when either Ultra Sun and Moon was in like the news cycle, or it was Let's Go in the news cycle. I just can't remember. I actually think it was Ultra Sun and Moon in the news cycle.
Yeah,
I think I was just
it's
caught.
probably that.
I think I was caught up in that too much at that point. I really didn't pay attention to much other stuff. But it's a great game though, across the board. Like, there's really not much I can say about it besides that it's a good game and it deserves being on the Switch. Actually, I think it's a perfect game for the Switch because it's it's one of those games that really fits well with like the Switch's layout and all that, and especially when you're like playing it in handheld, I can see how that would work really well.
I've heard it's difficult too. Like, I've heard it's a hard game.
Oh
Dude,
yeah,
it is
a very
really
hard game.
difficult.
Yeah.
It's meant to be really difficult. That's the that's kind of
It's difficult if you're bad at video games.
Yeah, but
So Ruffle Drowlet, was it difficult?
I haven't played it,
Yeah,
so
you
I can't
played
say
it.
that.
Oh,
But I mean, if you're
Actual
good, if you're
game.
good at platformers, I would think you'd probably like it then.
Nah, it's pretty tough. The boss fights are really tough, but it's fun.
Because
It's
I was talking to
memorizing
some
the
of my
patterns.
friends who have like an Xbox, and they were like, yeah, they were like, yeah, I quit halfway through, but yeah, I mean,
Oh wait, can I point one game out real quick that was in the Nindie showcase that I think looks awesome?
sure.
What?
Cadence of Hyrule, dude.
That's literally what we're
that
talking
was
about.
on the list too. Yeah, we were gonna talk
Dude,
about that.
I know, but I just wanted to bring that up because, like, I didn't watch this like when it happened, the Nindie showcase.
Yeah,
But a
neither
friend
did
of
I.
mine told me, like, dude, look at this game, and I was like, what is it? And he's like, just check it out. I'm looking, I'm like, wait a minute, this is fucking this is this Zelda? Like, this looks like an old school Zelda game. Is this a fan game? Like, literally, I saw it. I was like,
crazy
is this a
when
fan
they showed
game?
when they showed Link and Zelda, bro. I was like, wait, what? It was like, yeah, it's crazy. So apparently, it's like a sequel to like another game, right? That came out.
Crypt of the Necro Dancer.
Yeah, so it's a sequel to that, but this one's gonna star Link and Zelda in it, which is really cool.
Yeah, I mean, it's literally called Cadence of Hyrule, Crypt of the
Exactly.
Necrodancer, which is amazing that they would actually allow, one of their IPs to be used
To be used for indies,
in this way.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's
Nintendo basically
insane.
let, like, indie developers use their IPs, which is really really cool. Because usually it's either like really really like trusted people that they would give their IPs to, or like some people that have like a really innovative idea that they were like, okay, we'll try, kind of like what they did with Mario and Rabbids. But
Yep.
here they straight up just gave Link and Zelda to some
Wait, Aero.
indie develop. What happened?
Is this the real life or is this fantasy? My dude, no joke, dude. Think about it, man. We're talking about Nintendo, a company that literally will they will send ninjas after people if they even like slightly use something of theirs, usually to make a penny. So them working with essentially people like an indie company, you know what I mean? Like an indie, like a group of indie, developers. That is really out of the norm. Like
Exactly.
that is actually like amazing. If anything, it almost feels like it's not real when you think back at like what Nintendo's done for the past decade almost.
Exactly. Yep. And it
They
looks
should
really
send the
good too,
ninjas
the
on
game.
you.
Yeah, it looks really really cool actually.
Did they give a? I didn't get to see exactly everything. But
No,
did they talk about when it's
spring.
gonna come out?
Spring.
Okay, that's not that bad actually.
Yeah, it's alright. I think it's pretty cool. Yeah, the fact that Nintendo's giving, like, with Zelda, they seem to be like giving that to a lot of people. There was Team Ninja for Hyrule Warriors. There's this new indie, and there's possibly Monolith if they are making.
Yeah, I
That
mean,
new
I guess
Zelda,
that's a good segue to like move into the next thing. I guess it's at the bottom here, but we could talk about that. Where Monolith literally put out a tweet where they were talking about how they're hiring people, but they're working on the next Zelda game, which is also really crazy because Monolith's really cool like doing that, where like they basically help out a lot of other teams with their games, and so a lot of people were starting speculating on like what this game could be like, whether it's going to be like a Breath of the Wild 2 type of game, like kind of like what Majora's Mask was to Ocarina of Time.
Yeah,
But yeah, what do you guys think about that? Or are you guys
I'm hoping
excited,
for
or-
I'm hoping for the Majora's Mask to the Ocarina of Time. Like, it's still a big open Breath of the Wild game, but the tone of the game, and it's really focused on the story, and it's really atmospheric. It's different. It feels completely different to Breath of the Wild, but it's still got the big open world nature. That's what I'm hoping
That's
for.
hard to pull off, though. That's the thing. That's the issue with open world games is you can't really give them as much because, like, you know what I mean. Like when you think of like an open world game, right? It's got to be really big so it feels open world and it feels like you can go wherever you want. But to give it that atmosphere is harder because you're working with so much space. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's
I get-
exactly-
yeah.
It's like one of those sliders where like you slide one thing all the way over, the other one will start going lower. It's like you can't bring both of them to the same end. That's like that's usually how I always
exactly.
compare it, because like people are always like, okay, I want a story and I want open world. Well, if you slide open world all the way, that story one's gonna go a little bit lower. Then if you want story all the way, the open world one's gonna go a little bit lower too. It's like it's the same exact thing where it's like I usually say like people are like, so you want a really open world game, then you get what Breath of the Wild is, but the story in Breath of the Wild it's not all that big. Like you basically just free Divine Beast and then you beat Ganon. But then if you want like a really big story type of game, then I would like take a look at like Xenoblade, for example. You get a really deep story, but it's not so open world where you can do everything. It's like pseudo open world.
Well, I don't mind the game like being if they have to sacrifice some open worldness like linearity in order to like build the story better. That's fair enough. But like as the story progresses, the world goes. Like I want the world size to still be like the same as Breath of the Wild. But if they have to like streamline, like you go to this specific place at this specific time for like story stuff, I don't mind that as long as the world opens up eventually.
Oh, but actually, Ben, I have a thing for that actually, which is think about Breath of the Wild though. I think Breath of the Wild was meant to be kind of like as a way of like callback to like the first Zelda game. You know what I mean? Like if you think back to the first Zelda game, which was also technically speaking kind of open world ish. I mean, you were kind of able to go a little bit all over the place.
Oh yeah, it was. Yeah.
They were talking about that too. Like, did you see like one of their videos they made about like how they made Breath of the Wild? They said they actually made like a whole prototype of Breath of the Wild, but in that engine that they use for the NES. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, and that's the thing. That's what I'm trying to say is like because they use that as the basis, but when you think back to that first game, there really wasn't any story. The only time you really saw story develop like properly in like Zelda games was once you got to like those games like Majora's Mask, Ocarina of Time, etc. That sort of those were the games that kind of like brought in a heavier story. Whereas that those original first games, the 8-bit ones, those never really had a deep story to them. It was just kind of like kind of cut and dry, so to say, which I think is kind of what ended up happening. They took that kind of mentality into the Breath of the Wild game, you know what I mean, and kind of forgot about the aspects of the story aspects that they'd kind of gone down with the games that had more story to them. So I think if they were to do anything, I hope that at least with this upcoming game, because you said Monolith's working on it, right?
Mm-hmm. Like if
they're working on it, yeah. Okay. So if they're working on it, then I would assume it's going to be in the vein of like kind of like Xenoblade Chronicles. Like it's going to be open world, more open world than actually like Xenoblade. I think more open world than that. But at the same time, also implement more story to it because when you look at like you look at Xenoblade, right? It's filled with story. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like you played Aero, you played through that shit right now. Like you know what I mean? You know what I'm trying to get through. There's so much story there. So I'm pretty sure. So I'm pretty sure if they are working on it, them specifically, I think they'll be able to kind of get that properly across. And also, do note one other thing as well is that this was the first time that Nintendo had put out a Zelda game, in 3D that was open world. You know what I mean? So the fact that they managed to pull off like a good combat system, a great looking world, and all that shit that's an achievement in itself. And then on top of that, they maybe struggle in the story department because they put more effort on the other side of things. I mean, they didn't balance their efforts. So I think that giving this to Monolith, which already has open world games under their belt, like they already got like the experience of that, plus also got the experience of making like really big and kind of like like giant stories for games. I'm pretty sure they can handle making a very good, well story based Zelda game that also has an open, big, luscious world to explore.
Now there's a few. Oh no, on you go.
You can go. I was going to say
something after that. I was going to say there's a few things you need to remember. There's one, the fact that we don't actually know that Monolith are downright developing the entirety of this new Zelda game. The only thing it says is that they're hiring for a new Zelda.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask. Like, I was going to say, is it them making it, or are they just going to help the Zelda team? Like,
we don't know. We don't have,
because I think they did that with Breath of the Wild too, where they helped them already make Breath of the Wild.
Which was I was going to say. They helped with Breath of the Wild, and they also helped with Skyward Sword.
So it might be the same thing here, where they're just helping. Like they don't have full control, but they're helping.
Yeah, exactly. So
which I hope isn't the case. Yeah. I would love to see a Monolith like Zelda game, but I mean, there's only so much that we can do. So
well, even if they aren't working on it, even if it's just the normal like team that would makes the Zelda games, even if it's them, like still think about it for a minute. Like they have the experience now making an open world, so they can't use the if they mess up, they can't use the argument of we've never made an open world game before, so we didn't know like how to traverse it. At least they know they have the experience. They have the like they have a basis to work from. You know what I mean? It isn't like they're going in blind. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm hoping they should definitely go with the same engine. Like I feel like it'd be a massive waste to redevelop a brand new engine.
Oh, I'm sure they will. Like they were talking, they were literally when they were still developing Breath of the Wild, they were talking about how that engine, like they purposely made it so that it could be used for like
feature proof,
many generations and stuff, where they can just tweak it and stuff. So hopefully they'll just keep using that.
Should
really wish that Pokemon used it too. And like they could just use it and tweak it and stuff, but I mean, obviously, Game Freak.
Yeah, but they are doing that. Except the difference with Pokemon is it looks like an S game, so it doesn't really look great on the Switch.
And they don't have the members and team or whatever.
Oh no.
No, I come on, man! Don't do this again, dude. Listen, no, this is so frustrating because you like I feel like you have this. And I actually did a video about this the other day talking about the graphics because you have this kind of like view right now where you're kind of like expecting too much of a leap, like you're expecting too much of a jump from where we were. But if you actually compare what you had in, and I think we also did this the last stream we did. If you actually compare what you had in like the 3DS games, like look at I think the water is enough to look at. If you compare the water in like Sun and Moon versus the water, even the water in Let's Go Peach Let's Go Eevee, if you compare that to the water, for example, in Sword and Shield in the trailer, which by the way the trailer isn't even final. Shit will get improved. I mean, you also saw last time, Ben, when we saw that the image which compared the two, like the trailer footage and then the actual gameplay footage from one of the Mario games. I think Aero, you remember, like I think
Super Mario.
Yeah, because if you look at that image, right, you can see how they, the trailer showed much poorer quality. I mean, you literally could see it in that. Exactly. It looked far worse. But then it's like, once the game came out, far superior graphics. It just looks so much better. Also, hello, Zach.
Oh, look, you made it.
Oh, look who's finally here.
It's Squidward.
Yeah.
No, Rowlet's killing me because I offended Sun and Moon. I mean,
no, what? I don't care about Sun and Moon. No, dude, I don't listen. I get your point though, because I understand what why you might not be the happiest about the graphics, but also think you're looking at it from the wrong. Like you're expecting a jump similar to the jump we had from jumping from like 2D to like 3D. That's like in your head. That's where you want that's like the level. No, but that's like if you make a 1-to-1 comparison, you're expecting the graphics to look hyper fucking amazing. Okay, give me a game. Give me a game.
Super Mario 3D Land. Compare it to Super Mario 3D World. And that's the Wii U, an older console, and 3D World looks far superior to 3D Land.
They look really similar though.
No, but
3D World literally looks like land just upgraded in HD.
You're comparing two very different things, though.
No, I'm not. 3D World.
No, I think he means in terms of Mario and Pokemon.
Yeah, I think you're comparing Mario versus Pokemon.
Not in terms of the games.
No. I'm comparing graphics, right? Super Mario 3D Land.
Yeah, but that's the thing, though. You're comparing the graphics of one game franchise versus another franchise.
Well, no, I'm just comparing the jump.
Okay, but okay, fair enough. But here's what I'm trying to say though is you're like comparing, like that's like if I was to say look at fucking Oblivion and then Skyrim and then look at like Sun and Moon and look at Sword and Shield. Like it's two totally different franchises with totally different graphic styles.
Right. Well, then I've got
to work for them.
Why does Pokemon Revolution look better than Sword and Shield?
It doesn't.
Pokemon Revolution?
Pokemon Battle Revolution for the Wii.
It doesn't.
The battles look far better.
Oh, you are not comparing the graphics, though. I mean, you can say it's graphics because you're thinking of the animations, but the graphics aren't better, though.
The animations I kind of agree with because
the animations are better. They are better.
They're better, but they're stripped from Sun and Moon. They're literally like stripped from Sun and Moon.
Wait, are you thinking of the same thing we're thinking here, Aero? Because I think you're a little bit.
Yeah,
because I think I think I know what he's talking about, which is like the are you talking about like the Murkrow? Are you talking about the Murkrow like fainting?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I was talking about the move animations. Like
I know. I know.
About everything.
I'm talking about what he's talking about, though, because what he's trying to say is that if you look at, but here's the thing, though, Ben, you're missing, dude. You're comparing a game again. You're also comparing two different things. You're comparing a game that literally is just a battle simulator, which means that, like, think about it this way, okay? When you're making Battle Revolution, what do you have to take into account? Just the Pokemon and their battle animations. That's literally it. When you're making a Pokemon game where you have characters, you have NPCs, you got a world to explore, you got Pokemon to catch, you got shit to do. When you're comparing these two, you're comparing two different things. Of course, they have cool animation. And listen, here's the thing, dude. I agree with you. Battle Revolution looks better in the animation department. It's way better. Like the moves look better. The way they feint looks better. They're unique. They're different. But at the end of the day, you're missing the point, which is Battle Revolution. It's just a battle simulator.
I get what you mean. You're basically saying it's too much work, and it's a lot of work to have to do like 700 plus Pokemon models.
But exactly, there's too many. But like, here's the thing, I agree with you. I would want that, man. Trust me, I was super critical in the past, man. Like, I was super critical. But then at the end of the day, I kind of realized I'm asking a lot of them. Unless I want to wait for maybe like 7 years for another Pokemon game, then sure, then I'd get something. But since their turnaround rate is like 3 to 4 years for each game, like, there just isn't there just isn't enough time in a day to make each Pokemon have an individual and unique individual animation. Is what I'm trying to say.
Well, that's a fair point. Never stopped them from Black and White and never stopped them from Pokemon X and Y, where they had to recreate 3D models for every single Pokemon at that time. And since then, the only new Pokemon got beyond then was
those
Alola
on
Pokemon.
purpose.
They future-proofed them, dude. That's what
they knew they were going to move to HD.
Well, they didn't look.
Yep.
No, they don't look future-proof.
Yes, they do, bro. They look amazing.
They
Did
do.
you not see the resolution for them? I wasn't talking about the models. I was talking about the move animations. Like when you see the Lucario used in close combat, that's literally the same exact animation that they used in Sun and Moon. Where like even animations, they usually get upgraded through generations. Like you know how like Flamethrower looks different in Black and White than it does in like a Platinum or whatever. That's what I was trying to say. But like whatever, it's not that big of a deal to me.
Yeah, it's just like this has never stopped them before. Every new region.
Again, the thing is, that's the thing though, dude. I have an issue with that as well. Trust me. Like you are assuming that I'm just like 100% against you, which I'm not. Trust me. Like I was, dude. Trust me. I was one of the first people. And you can ask Aero. I was hyper negative and saying that if these games don't look fantastic, I'm fucking done with Pokemon. I was just super on the edge because I wanted these games to look like my expectations with the graphics were far beyond what even anybody else's was, because I had like things in my mind that were just ludicrous. But here's the thing though, with that is that even when I saw that it wasn't what I expected, I was fine with it because something came to me, which was something that I realized was that you got to remember Sword and Shield. When it comes to those games, they have been in development for a long time, okay? Which means that in that time span, they can't just like be like, okay, cool, we've made the 80% of the game. Now let's just quickly change everything and upgrade it because we're going to a new console. These games were in development for a long time, so there's no way they could have like just made that leap that you're hoping for. They couldn't have made that yet. Though I will tell you right now, Ben, I think if you're expecting a big leap, be critical. Be critical in Generation 9. I'm going to. Generation 8, I'm fine with because I can see what the deal is. It was starting development at around the same time Sun and Moon was, hence the similarities. So I can see that, and I can be like, okay, I'll give you a pass on this one, even if the graphics aren't this like amazing brand new shit. Like even though they aren't like crazy different, there still is a lot of improvement. But also there's a lot of fallacies. Some of the backgrounds look a little bit blurry. There's a few issues here and there. The grass could have a little bit more fidelity to it, like the one in Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee, which I think looks way more luscious when you walk in it, even though there's no reason to even have it in Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee, because Pokemon the Overworld, which is just dumb, but I don't know. But also you got to remember that Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee was developed after Sword and Shield. You know what I mean? So of course it will look better as well in some aspects, while not in others, and it was only developed in 2 years. So the point I'm trying to get across is this, though. Wait until Generation 9, because in Gen 9, that's when you can be 100% critical, and I personally will not say anything to you. I will agree with you 100%, because Generation 8, unfortunately, is a in-betweener generation for all of us. It's a little bit of, kind of like this kind of placeholder thing we got to, go through before we get to this, like, giant leap. Because
no, that's what Let's Go was.
It
Let's
wasn't.
Go was the in-betweener.
No, it wasn't. No.
What was Let's Go then?
Let's Go, dude. Let's Go was a throwaway new series they made as a quick way to just kind of keep people busy for a year. That's all Let's Go was. It was made in 2 years, just as something quick to push out.
Well,
literally.
If this
was a cash in.
If this was in the development around when Sun and Moon were in development, and this game better
before
absolutely packed full of stuff. Then this should be the biggest
that's the thing, though.
Ever.
How isn't it though? Because we haven't seen barely anything yet. Listen, do a comparison of the map, though. Here's the thing, though. Do a comparison of the map versus every other Pokemon map. It is the biggest looking one ever. It's like huge. We haven't
seen everything
in reality.
So
Exactly. We haven't even seen everything yet. We've only seen, and also you got to remember that the map that we've seen, the map that we've been shown, isn't even 1-to-1 to what's in the actual world. Because when you look at the, you know the intro scene, right? You know the intro scene, Ben, when they show the starting town, right?
Yeah.
If you compare that on the map versus how long it is in game, it's far longer in like the actual trailer versus what it is on the map, which means that they aren't 1-to-1. So that map, those routes, they're going to be far longer than what we see on the map. It's going to be huge. This is going to be the biggest. Lol, my English. It's just going to be the biggest. It will. And dude, if it isn't, I'm going to criticize it. I'm not going to listen. I'm excited for it right now. Because I'm trusting in Game Freak to do me good this time and not fuck me in the ass. But like, I agree with you. If they fuck me over, I'll be like, hey, Ben, I concede you were right. This was a fuck up. They really did me bad here. So I mean, I can accept that. You know what I mean? But like, for now, it's too early to judge it and say this is going to be trash or this looks awful, because we literally have had one trailer, which, by the way, is, I can guarantee you right now, 100% using old footage. And you know how you can know that as well, Ben? You know, the when they show you, also, sorry for really taking up a lot of space right now, Aero.
No problem.
I apologize, also, and everybody else. I apologize for taking up a lot of space. Chat, I'm sorry.
I'm just memeing it right now. I'm just
chat, flame him.
I'm sorry. I want to point this out real quick. I'm sorry. I just want to point out one thing really quickly, okay? If you look at the trailer, when they show the grass gym, you guys remember that like frame, okay? There are two frames of that gym. Now, notice one thing. In one of the frames, there's like this barrel of flowers, like not barrel, but like this wheel thing, right? With like flowers in it, and it's in one position. Then from the other frame, though, that thing isn't in the same position. It's like further down, outside of the gym's like entrance, and the Pokemon Center isn't there, and there's a giant rock in that position.
That's because there's two different sides to the gym. You can go.
No. Here's the thing though. Those are the exact same fucking like the exact same frames. Exact same positionings. The thing though is those are two different times they recorded this thing, because this is old footage. They're clearly using old footage because that's what they do with these things. They prepare them, like that's where all these, like, you know, when leaks come out and say like, oh, there's gonna be this and this thing and blah 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 blah. It's because they see these early previews of things. This is early previews. You can even notice that from like just I mean, they literally put like not final gameplay in the description, you know, down below. And they did that same thing for Let's Go Peach Let's Go Eevee, because if you look, Ben, on the Let's Go Peach Let's Go Eevee trailer, and I've said this before, you look at the gameplay, they did a graphics upgrade from there. And actually, if I can find that for you so I can show it to you, you'll see what I mean, because they did a giant like jump in the like the background, you know, graphics on the what's it called again, Nugget Bridge, I think. On the Nugget Bridge, they actually upgraded the background graphics a lot, and they changed them and improved them. You know what I mean?
Right. Well, my two big issues are the textures look terrible, and that's something that could easily be improved. I'm not saying that can't be improved easily. And just like the poly count, like everything looks polygonal, and the backgrounds for the battles literally look like 2D objects, and it looks really bad.
Wait, how did they look like 2D objects? It's just literally the world behind you.
No, if you look at it's the first battle. It's Pikachu versus that Pokemon from Generation 5. Where they're in there's like a church thing in the background.
No, that's the town. That's the starting town.
Yeah. That literally looks like a 2D image in the background.
I think it's just blurry. That's all.
Really? Because
I don't agree with you that it looks like it doesn't look like a 2D image to me whatsoever. 2D, no. It doesn't look 2D. Yeah, I don't see how you can. I don't see how you see it as 2D, dog.
Yeah, it's not 2D. It's just like the effects of it make it kind of seem like that. Maybe it's like an illusion to you, probably.
Maybe that's just how it looks to you, man. But I don't know what you're talking about. I have no clue what you mean there, man. I don't know how it looks 2D. It's literally just the world in the background. And when I compare the two, I think I prefer the way they're going with this game, where they're not using like a custom-made background, but instead they're actually showing you the world that's around you. Whereas in most Pokemon games, they'll put you in this kind of like very specifically made background. I think you know what I'm talking about, like Aero, exactly.
Like if you guys the same exact tree every time, or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, For example, that image in the chat I just sent, that doesn't look 2D to you. That church thing in the background.
No, doesn't. How does that look 2D to you?
You can literally see the shading on the mountains behind it.
I think the things that look maybe a bit more 2D would be the trees, but not the church.
You don't.
No.
I know why you think so, because they're blurry, because they're in the distance. They're further away. That's why they feel
like a blur effect on them.
Yeah, this is distance. This is just like field, like whatchamacallit, like
depth.
Yeah, rendering distance. This is just the rendering distance, which is it's very present if you ever played like PUBG or something. In PUBG, like if you have your rendering distance low, you won't see like a building that's too far away, or you will see it, but it will look like a blob. And that's just like something in video games. That's just a thing there, because if you put a rendering distance at maximum, it's gonna make your device fucking blow up.
Can we stop?
So unless you have a thing that can handle it.
Can we just like move on now? Because it's been
I got moving on. Try for this long.
Oh, I've said so many things. I said Half-Life 3 has just come out. I've said E3 2026 has just gone by. I've said I've watched all the Avengers movies by now. Like, oh my god. Okay.
All right, let's move on.
All right, so let's see here. I guess the big thing that we can talk about that has happened this month is there were rumors apparently that there's going to be 2 Nintendo Switch revisions that are going to be coming out as early as summer 2019 apparently. And this first came out from the Wall Street Journal, who said that they had like inside sources. They were like, so there's going to be 2 versions of the Switch. Apparently one of them is like a cheaper one than the current Switch that we have right now. It's like targeted towards casuals. And then we've got a more powerful Switch, which is going to be apparently more powerful, and then there's going to be enhanced hardware in it, and that's targeted towards hardcore fans. And then this entire rumor also got backed up by Eurogamer, where they were like, okay, yeah, the stuff that Wall Street is saying is legit. And we already know that Eurogamer did say a few things before in the past, like even back in like the NX days, they were like, this is what the NX would be like, and they've gotten stuff right. So
Right,
I mean,
yeah.
yeah. There's a lot of potential, but what do you guys think of all of this?
Eurogamer, Pokemon Stars. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. I'm actually really sad. I wish we got cinnamon.
I mean,
Yeah,
they've
so
gotten things
I
wrong
don't
and they've
know.
gotten things right, but yeah.
Yeah, that's why I'm not putting
Wall
too much
Street Journal's
faith in
like
it.
top tier, so
Yeah, Wall Street Journal though hasn't really.
they're way better than
Yeah,
like,
I buy it. I totally buy this rumor. It's really weird at
I
first.
mean,
I
even
did
if you
was
don't,
really-
even if you don't believe the rumor, wouldn't it just make
mean,
sense?
No, but
Yeah.
here's the thing, though. I think it's more or less like a thing of I don't care what Wall Street Journal says, because this is something that's been said by people fucking like a year ago already. Like, this is nothing new, in my opinion. Like, I don't see how this is like news. Because we had this stuff like
It
rumored
wasn't
like ages
exactly
Yeah, this
like
was-
this though. It wasn't like
Yeah.
it didn't have both.
Oh no,
models, and
we
they-
had similar
now
things.
we
but
have like
unless
the
you-
specifics and a release
Yeah,
window.
there was similar like rumors like of a new Switch or whatever, but it wasn't like
yeah, it doesn't-
it wasn't
Yeah,
specific
before
like this
people
where they said
were-
like expected in this
Okay,
year
fair
and
enough,
the
fair enough,
summer
fair
and
enough.
all
Yeah.
that. you know?
Gotcha.
Yeah,
It's
saying, like
interesting.
it's gonna be a cheaper.
I'm worried. The Switch Pro, it has been confirmed to be a bit more powerful, right, than regular Switch. Or am I making that up?
They said it's gonna be like the new 3DS, which would imply that it's gonna be
Yeah,
powerful.
which
3DS
scares
did get
me.
a power jump.
Yeah, which scares me because that means they're already going to be separate bigger games, and I'm scared that's going to like
I mean,
kind
I
of
feel like
not
that'll
help.
happen, but like I don't think Nintendo is going to really do that a lot because even with the new 3DS, there's only like I think very few amount of games. Like I know Xenoblade like Chronicles, like the port of it on 3DS,
Yeah.
that was
And those-
exclusive. Then I think
and
Fire
Fire
Emblem
Emblem.
Warriors.
Yeah.
But there's not so many
Yeah.
games that you feel like oh you have to go out and buy this more powerful one. So
Yeah, but I'm scared the race with third parties. That's my big worry. That-
yeah, that's
I mean,
what
I
I think.
think
I mean,
all-
I could see
Yeah.
third parties being like that. I mentioned that in my video too. I was like, maybe Square Enix could be like, okay, you guys want Kingdom Hearts 3, we'll give it to you, but it's only going to be on the new Switch or whatever, which might be an issue to some people.
I think that's going to be a
Yeah,
massive
see,
issue. That could destroy everything.
But wait a minute.
I don't see that as a big. I don't see that as a big deal because like
Yeah, me
it would be the types of games that wouldn't come anyway unless
Exactly.
they could have more powerful hardware. So it would just be more
Exactly.
options.
Exactly.
It
Exactly.
would only make the Switch.
No,
more
I
popular.
think it would just be a bad marketing ploy. I feel like
How
that
would
would
it be,
a
though?
big. I think it'd be a massive mix-up. Like the new 3DS already is a terrible like name and like
Well, the name is
it's
bad.
really confusing. And I feel like if a regular consumer sees like the new Doom, like imagine the new Doom is only a Switch Pro exclusive. They see that and it's like, oh, it's for the Switch, no buy it. And they're like, no, you can't play it. And they're just like, why the hell not? It's like because it's on the Switch Pro. No, I don't know.
The thing though is, no matter how you twist it though, if they don't do that, then those games like Zach mentioned would not be on the console no matter what.
Oh no, I get your
So-
point. And at one point, Nintendo are definitely going to have to make a better Switch to get these games supported.
And it has to be. It has to be this year too, because next year the next gen consoles will be out. That's the thing. Like the PS5, the Xbox, whatever. Like they're gonna be out.
Yeah, and they're gonna
And that's
start.
the thing.
'cause-
And like the Switch right now isn't even as powerful as the base Xbox One and PS4. So if they can't even have the Switch be that powerful, and next year they're gonna be starting to make like games running on PlayStation 5 and all that,
Yeah.
then there's no way they can port those games to Switch. So they
Oh,
kind
no,
of
but
have
there's-
to have.
yeah, exactly.
They
I
have
would
to
go
have
ahead and
something.
I would go ahead and say there's no way that even with the Switch Pro that they're going to be able to port PS5 games to this thing. The PS5 is going to be way more powerful.
Oh
than
yeah,
the
I
Pro,
think I
which
agree
would
with
be-
that, but like any power boost would just make it, seem it wouldn't look as bad.
Yo, let
I
me
guess.
just give a shout out to Switch as well. He said, I trust both Eurogamer and Wall Street Journal. I think it's true. Oh, thanks for the donation, my dude. But yeah, I think even regardless of Eurogamer or Wall Street Journal, I think the point of them just having like a revision this year would make sense. Because it took them only 2 years to release the 2DS after the 3DS
Yeah.
originally came out. So, I mean, it's not too...
No,
not too hard
totally
to
buy it.
predict that
Yeah,
it's gonna
and it's
come
the
out this
perfect
year.
time to release a new model because this is like their prime year with Animal Crossing and Pokemon and like all the games
Oh
coming
yeah.
out.
Oh yeah.
No, I understand.
And
Bundle
actually-
it and
Or you can go. I was going to say something after.
yeah, I was just saying bundle it. I'm just. I know I'm worried about the releasing two versions instead of one at this same exact time. I'm just scared it's gonna totally split the entire fan base of Switch owners. That's my big worry.
Yeah,
I don't think
that's
it'll
like the
do
one thing
that.
that I was kind of a little bit like confused by too, because even with the 3DS, what they did was the 2DS came out in 2013, but then you had to wait another 2 years to get the new 3DS. But like this time, apparently both of these revisions are coming out this year, which is kind of surprising. But at the same time, like I feel like it would make a ton of sense because actually, when I made my tweet, when I was asking people like what you guys think about this, if you guys know A Drive, he actually responded to me and he said the reasoning that they're doing this is because Pokemon Sword and Shield are coming out. And it actually makes a lot of sense because they already know, like, it's a new generation, it's a Pokemon game, it's going to sell a lot of Switches. But just like it was with X and Y, they knew the problem was this is a $180 system. You know, maybe people don't want to spend $180 for a 3DS to play X and Y. Same exact thing here, except it's even double that. It's $300. So maybe there's definitely people that are going to be like, yeah, I can't spend $300 to get a Switch to play Pokemon. So that's why they released the 2DS back then, which was cheaper. It was like $100. They could go out and get that and still play X and Y. Probably doing the same exact thing here, so they can still play Sword and Shield.
You've just reminded me of a point. Pokemon Sun and Moon ran terrible on the 3, but it ran pretty good on the new 3DS. I am now terrified that these games might only run full speed on this Switch Pro.
Wait, you mean the fucking
Pokemon one or like just in game?
Any?
I don't.
Well, I mean, you've already had
because Nintendo themselves is very good with optimizing games. Like I can say
I
that.
mean,
I don't think that's even a question. I mean, here's how you'll be able to benchmark it. How does Breath of the Wild run on the Switch? That's right there. How well does that run on the Switch?
All right, it does lag at a lot of points though. So does Let's
Okay,
Go.
but like remember,
it's still playable.
Keep in mind, yeah. But remember though, how big is that versus how big a Pokemon game tends to be? Like, you know, it's Breath of the Wild for crying out loud. It's huge. You know what I mean? Pokemon, yeah, it's going to be a big game, but it's also an instanced world. You know what I mean? It's an instance, like it's instanced battles, whereas Breath of the Wild, it's an open world that's constantly living its own little.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Whereas Pokemon is like an instance kind of linear experience, you know what I mean, with less kind of like, you know, discrepancies. You know what I mean? So it's gonna run like, dude, I don't think that's even a discussion. It's gonna roll well on this. Like, don't even worry about like Pokemon. What I would say worry about is that Astral Chain game. How's that shit gonna run on this thing? Because like that game looks insanely good. Like graphics look insane in it.
Yeah,
the one from Platinum
one of
Games.
the best looking Switch exclusive games.
How is that gonna run on this thing, dude? Because this thing is let's be honest, the Switch is a little bit of a disaster sometimes. It can't handle too much. It's overheats and it's freaking weird. Okay,
no, but that's my worry. That's my worry. Is that future first part Switch exclusive games will only run at their proper full speeds on the new Switch Pro rather than on the regular Switch.
Well, I don't know, man.
Better, but I don't think it's gonna run unplayable on the Switch like normally.
No, but still, that's why
that's like the same thing with every other like. That's like the same thing with like other ones too. Like Kingdom Hearts 3. Like even on the base PS4, you get I think you only get like what 900p, like 30 FPS or something. Because even the base PS4 isn't powerful enough to run that. If you want 1080 60, you have to play it on the PS4 Pro. But it's still playable on the PS4.
Exactly.
It's not so bad that you're like, oh, I have to go out and buy, you know, like a new one or whatever.
I have the original PS4 and I played Spider-Man on it. It was really nice. Okay, it wasn't anything terrible.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah,
I don't think it'll be a big difference. It'll be petty, like little stuff.
Yeah,
like again, the
best
crown
FPS
I think would
or
really
whatever.
It's not like I want the best. I just don't want my games to drop frames and lag like Pokemon Sun and Moon did on the regular.
Yeah, but you're also got to remember
No,
that
it wouldn't be like that.
Sun and Moon was a big game that was put on a console that just couldn't handle the amount of like stuff and that in it. Like just looking at Sun and Moon's like assets, assets and stuff, like the amount of stuff that was in there, it was humongous. The game was just too big to be, you know, for the 3DS to handle. Mm-hmm. So yeah, not really. I mean, I played on the 2DS XL, which was, you know, a little bit of an upgrade from like your normal 3DS or whatever. And on that thing, it ran pretty solidly. But even sometimes there, I noticed a little bit of, you know, discrepancy because it was a big game for that console. You know what I mean? It was pretty chunky for it. So, but the Switch is different, though. I feel like it's different enough. But I also see your point, though. I know why you're worried, though. I get it. I fully get it. And I can see why that would be like a major issue. But I mean, hey, man, I don't know. Like, I don't think it's the end of the world. If they do an upgrade. Let's hope that the people who make games for it are fine with it. You know, fine with like making both.
I'll buy the Pro day one, 100%.
Oh, same here.
Yeah, I probably would as well.
But
wait a minute,
we're gonna be flexing on those people. It's gonna be like AirPods over again.
Oh boy.
Yeah, but I was gonna say, do you guys agree with the timing? Because they were saying like around summer. Do you think you could see a revision in the summer?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I
I
could
see
see it long-
I don't know.
Super
Wait, oh no,
Mario
wait, yeah,
Maker.
for sure.
Or maybe,
Yeah,
or
I can
maybe
see
like even with like how there's gonna be two of them, they could just do like one revision, like the cheaper one in the summer, and then the more expensive one in the winter or something. Because
Yeah, I could see,
It didn't say both of them are coming out in the summer. They just said as early.
I
as
think
the
they're
summer.
no, I think they're gonna both.
You think they're gonna
See,
release both
yeah.
revisions simultaneously?
Yep.
I think they'll launch it alongside some kind of game. I don't know which one, because Mario Maker could be well. Fire Emblem could be good too, because it's like seen as a hardcore game, and they said that they're targeting hardcore fans. So that could be another good
yeah.
one.
Garbage game.
Or I know, yeah, I love to trash Fire Emblem, so I'm not even gonna get mad at it. Like, I agree.
Not like my type. but whatever.
Yeah,
I'll stick to the
we'll
game,
see.
the Game Boy one.
Yeah, it'd be really cool though if Animal Crossing got like released with it.
I hope Animal Crossing. No,
If
I
Animal
was
Crossing
gonna
comes,
say I
they'll
hope Animal
definitely
Crossing-
do the cheaper one because they know it's a game that sells a lot, so they're gonna do the cheaper.
Yeah.
And it works so well on a handheld on the 3DS. so-
Astral Chain should get the
So
the
excited.
Pro one since it actually has like the the graphics and all that.
Yeah.
So they could
Yeah.
market it and be like it'll look really good and stuff.
Mm.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know. Personally, I'm excited. I want to see what changes they could do. Like I want to see like if they would.
Oh my
actually
gosh,
change,
imagine
like the Joy Cons or whatever. If there's a
Battery
like, a
life.
new
they
design.
could. I could see them doing this too with the OS. I heard someone mention this. The new 3DS came with themes, and I think that. So like I could see them like doing like an OS that's even more advanced than what
I
we
don't.
have
They
currently.
won't do-
Nintendo is stubborn. They're not
Nah,
gonna
because
do it.
even the new
Nintendo
3DS's OS
jump-
is the same as
Oh my gosh.
the 3DS.
It's exactly the same, and also the minuscule amount of differences is just insignificant. And also, it's Nintendo, dude. When it comes to like making Wi-Fi related things and like online related things, and also making good menus in freaking like on their consoles, they just suck at it.
Could never be.
That's
done.
why the Wii
Could
U was
never.
so good. Oh,
I mean, the Switch's menu actually, I don't have any problems with that. I like it. It's simple and it's.
Oh,
you
it's
can
so
get into
boring.
stuff.
But like,
Yeah, but I want
it's
themes.
just very
and aesthetic.
stale.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
themes.
yeah.
stale.
We're
I
themes.
agree with that. Yeah, I agree with that. But I like how it's easy. Like it's not so complicated to find everything. You know, you can just get to your game right away.
I like the base of it, like where it's simple to use, but I just want like a nice background alongside it and some music playing and some cool stuff and like me music.
Yeah, that would be nice. Yeah, because the Wii music was iconic. Remember
Oh,
that?
imagine they added the Wii Shop music. Oh, that would be good.
Yeah.
The Wii Shop
I mean,
closed,
yeah,
but
see,
they
please.
make the music live on the eShop.
Yeah,
Yes.
please.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
And
so
if it-
bored with OS.
Oh, I love the
Until
3DS
Still
eShop
want-
music as well. Nostalgia.
Yep.
Yes.
Let me see here what else we have. So we talked about Yoshi, we talked about Labo. Let's see, we talked about revisions, Monolith. Yep. Oh yeah, the next thing. This actually also got announced like literally a few days ago. So
yes.
Mario and Sonic at the Tokyo Olympics is also releasing on the Switch. It's coming out this winter, and this announcement literally came out of nowhere. Like I remember, I just like checked on Twitter and everybody was talking about it. I was like, really? Like what? Like I don't even know exactly how this got announced. Like, did any of you guys know how this got announced?
Yep,
I have
it
no
was
clue
a
what
Sega. It was Sega Fairs. It's a specific Sega event they have every year where they announce things. This year they also announced the Sega Mega Drive Mini that comes out in September. So yeah, it was a Sega specific event where they did hype it up and they did tease that a new game would be revealed, and this was it. So yeah,
That's crazy. But yeah, I mean, are you guys excited for it? Because Mario and Sonic games, or like Mario and Sonic Olympic games, are actually pretty fun. I don't know if you guys.
Yeah,
oh yeah,
actually.
yeah.
I believe it or not, I've played it, but I have never owned a Sonic Olympic game. I think this
You're
might
disgusting. You disappoint me.
I mean, I played it, but like I didn't own it either. I had it like my friend had, and I'd always go over his house and play it with him.
Be my
No, it's like the thing with these Mario Sonic games is that the recent ones are kind of lackluster, but like the first three were so good. Specifically, those Vancouver, which was the Olympic Winter Games, and there was the London 2012 games. Those two are by far the best Mario Sonic games. They were stuffed, full of stuff. It was a lot of. If you've ever played them before, do you remember the Dream event where they would like put the events in like the Sonic worlds or like the Mario worlds, and they would have like music remixes up the wall, and they would have like item boxes. Oh, it was so good. It was like full of fan service, and yeah, and they had really cool intros as well. Really cool intros. They're really solid, but the recent two have like really lacked in I guess quality. Like just the amount of stuff they put in is a lot inferior to what they usually do. So yeah, I'm hoping for this one they actually like put in a crap ton of effort, and you can already see that because they're now wearing different gear than what they've worn for any of the other Olympic games. pretty interesting.
Where's Mario Strikers 2?
It's never
I want
coming.
that too.
Because you want it, it's never coming.
No, but seriously, that's like the only Mario game that I really want, dude. Because fuck FIFA, sorry for swearing, demonetization.
I mean, that
but like,
happened like an hour ago.
Oh, it's fine, dude. But you don't get demonetized from that, man. Trust me. I swear like 50 times in my videos, and I haven't gotten demonetized for a while now. But either way, my point is this though: I hate playing FIFA, like the FIFA like games, because they're just broken. But the Mario shit though, that's some good shit, man. Mario football, I mean, mwah, that is.
I agree.
Just,
I agree. It was fun.
That was so much fun, and I don't know why they never made a second one, because I'm pretty sure the first one was pretty successful. So I don't know why they.
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure it was. You really sure? Actually, let me check. Mario Strikers.
I'm interested.
See, you know what I like as well is Mario Hoops 3-on-3. That was
Bad game.
perfection. No, it was
Bad
perfection.
game. No, that's the worst game ever made. Sorry, that's just
No, it's
objectively
incredible.
terrible.
No. Oh, let me give a shout out to Hecking Mexican who said, "I really want Tokyo 2020 to have a story. Winter DS."
Hey, that's one of my fans. What's up? Hey, I want Tokyo 2020 to have a story. Yeah.
Oh, this
Story
one
mode
from
would be nice.
2014. This one from 2014, Mario Strikers Charged, on the Wii sold 2.6 million copies.
That's pretty good, actually. That's actually pretty well. That is pretty good. But that was. Yeah.
This was the. I guess this was like a. Yeah. No. Yeah.
No, that's pretty good. That's all right. They should make another one, but they've been making Mario Tennis, golf, and.
Yeah, but like I don't know. Personally, as somebody I myself enjoy football a lot, so like I love playing this. I love playing this on like when it was on the Wii.
Yeah.
So I really want that, but like I don't know. They haven't made one, so I don't know. They haven't made a new one, which I really think they should, because I mean, seemingly from the sales here,
Super
it was
Smuggers
pretty
good,
successful.
too. That's a good Mario game. I like that.
No, I'm in agreement with you. I don't know why they haven't decided to make another one of the Strikers games, because they were really good. I liked how stylized it was. So
Strikers was like
super
one of the
duper-
ones that I liked. Like I don't like the tennis. I don't like the golf. I just need the Strikers, bro.
Dude, it was so brutal as well. It was so brutal. Like some of those
Yeah.
things you did, like when you like strike it out, like the goalkeepers would.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was
It
super
was a lot
edgy.
of
No, Mario Tennis Aces. That game annoys me too much. That's like one of the laziest games they've ever made. Oh my god, they released it
Oh,
like
don't even talk about it.
Oh, I hate that
The
game.
online gives me HIV.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
No, seriously,
Yeah,
it genuinely does.
Man, I remember when I was like talking about like how there weren't a lot of big releases last year. I had people in my mentions with the audacity to say that Mario Tennis Aces is like a big release, like on the level of Breath of the Wild or something. I'm like, really?
Hey, what if it had actual
Get out
content
of
in it?
here! Get out of here!
But instead, they're trickling characters every 2 months.
Yeah.
At
And it
least
has,
they're
like,
doing that though. At least like they're still. I give them props for at least supporting it still all the way.
Yeah, that's fair. But here's
It's not
the
like Arms
comparison.
where they just dropped it out. They were like, "Oh, this isn't doing well. We're just not gonna."
No,
we're
but
just
it's
gonna
like-
stop.
Remember Mario Kart 8? 32 tracks. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, 48 tracks or something. Mario Tennis Aces, 7 arenas. Like, what the hell? Mario Kart tracks must take far much more work to create than a court in Mario Tennis Aces. It's just change the ground and change a background, and that's it.
That's
Mario
'cause I
Kart just
think-
intricately designed the racetrack.
I think it's because it was a different team working on Mario Tennis than Mario Kart.
Well, it's lazy. Absolutely lazy.
Oh, but there's another thing though with Mario Strikers though is you don't even need many maps. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, I literally play on the same pitch. I don't care as long as I can go do cool shit with the football and cool strikes essentially. Like just that's all I care about. As long as I can shoot on the goal in a cool way and the goalkeeper like gets his head knocked off, I'm happy.
Yeah.
Like that's literally it.
While tennis and Mario Kart, obviously, yeah, they were different. They're still being sold exactly price, so I still think it's a massive issue.
Mm-hmm.
And Star Allies also was an empty game. They still sold that.
Yeah, we sleep on Star Allies. That's
we
garbage as
sleep
well.
on Star Allies
We
so
go to
hard.
sleep
That
and
game
we
can
never
go
wake
and
up
just
because that's-
absolutely
I
die.
didn't even get it. I was thinking about it, and then I just heard everybody
I'm
was saying.
telling you,
like,
man. So many of these games on the
You
Switch are
realize that-
garbage.
yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, I know, right? Oh, God,
People
Star
don't want to say
Allies
it, but
annoys me so much.
Yeah, but let's see here. Next thing, I have. Oh yeah, so this is actually something really cool. So Joker, we all know Joker's coming for Smash Ultimate DLC, but there's actually a lot of hints that have happened recently that are making people seem like that the release for him might be closer than what people think. So the first thing is, if you guys know like one of those ads that always comes up like whenever you click on a video, like some of them are like for Joker or whatever. So one of them, like before, like a while back, like when Joker's ads would come up, it would say Joker approaching in April, but now they actually changed the text and it just says Joker approaching. So it's kind of funny because people think like, well, if they really changed a whole thing, then maybe he could be like just a few days away now instead of.
Yeah, I guess. Did they change it? Because I also saw that they were just two different ads. One ad says approaching April, one ad says just approaching.
Well, even if that's the case, it's still like an updated one, which is like, you know.
Yeah, we also did.
Means the same thing.
Yeah, we also did get the leak though of that render, which
that's also what I have here. Let me put that up on stream right now because. Literally, I woke up to this today. I was like, okay, let me just see what's on Twitter today. I wake up and apparently Best Buy leaked the Joker render for Smash Ultimate, like on their website when they showed the ad. So let me see. Here is the picture. I put it up on stream right now. So literally, when their ad came out for Best Buy, if you click on like the pages or whatever through their ad, there was actually stuff for Pokemon Sword and Shield too, which was pretty funny. But at the bottom it said get the Fighters Pass, and then it said get access to 5 upcoming fighters and stages, including Joker from Persona 5, and then they just straight up have his render right there. So yeah, this
I think that's really funny.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I just find it funny how like even like how Best Buy has access to this render already. I figured Nintendo wouldn't do that, like just give it to them. But at the same time, like Best Buy and Nintendo are pretty good partners actually. So
no, but that's good because that hints at the fact that Nintendo's handing out the render to everybody to prepare for the release of Joker, which means it could be very, very soon, which is exciting.
Yeah, exactly. And this render, I'm pretty sure to people as soon as it came out, people were like reverse searching it, looking to see if anybody was able
and they couldn't find it, right?
They couldn't find anything. Yeah, so
yeah.
This isn't even obviously the high resolution model. I know some people were saying he doesn't look that good. Like some people are saying something looks off with him. I think the only thing that makes it seem like that is kind of because his coat has like wrinkles on it. And like no other character really has that, so it kind of makes it seem a little bit off. But he still looks good. Like his render looks way better than those fakes that we kept seeing. Like So yeah, I don't have a problem with it.
I mean, it's on Best Buy, so it's not like some person's made a new shoved it line. No,
and also like, we haven't seen the full resolution one. Like it'll probably look even better when we see like the crisp zoom ins and everything. So,
but
I think it's real.
Not when I see that image. That's what I'm gonna say.
But yeah, like it looks cool, and I know people were saying like maybe Joker, like this would be crazy. Where like tomorrow it's April Fool's Day. What if they release Joker as a joke on April Fool's Day? Wouldn't that be amazing?
Oh my god, that would be amazing.
Wouldn't that just be like the best?
It would be so great.
And,
what
like,
if they
wouldn't even tell us? Like we just open the game and it's already updated and he's just in the game. Wouldn't that be the best joke ever? Oh my god, that would be so good, but. I feel like it won't happen. It probably won't. Like, This is Nintendo we're talking about. They're definitely and like it wouldn't make sense either. Like it would make sense for the fact that it would be a joke, but it wouldn't make sense for the fact that they like didn't talk about anything with him. Like they haven't talked about his moveset and they just add him into the game randomly.
Yeah, because I'm gonna imagine his moveset's unique, so it's something that needs to be explained, like Bayonetta was. That's what I imagine.
But yeah, I'm pretty sure this render. I'm pretty sure is legit. Yeah, it doesn't really seem like it would be fake to me. So. That's good. And then I guess in terms of that, we can just move on to like the last thing before we answer viewer questions. And the last thing that I wanted to go with, like from what we were talking about, is when they're talking about Joker, they're definitely going to have to talk about him. And I feel like because of that, we're probably going to get a direct of some kind. Like I think it's guaranteed that we're going to get a direct in April. But it's just a matter of like, is it going to be a Smash Direct? Is it going to be like a Nintendo Direct?
Nintendo Direct. Oh, wait, no.
I feel like...
No, I think it's going to be Nintendo, and here's why. Super Mario Maker, it's being leaked that it's coming out in like June 14th.
You cut out. What did you say?
Oh, sorry. Super Mario Maker comes out in June. It's been rumored that the game comes out at like June 14th, which is like E3 time, and there's no chance in hell that Nintendo's going to wait until like a day before the game releases to finally tell us more information on the game. So I feel like a Direct is definitely coming this month, and because Nintendo just have so many games that it's like I feel like they kind of have to.
We need Animal Crossing to be shown already. Like, come on, it's getting a little bit ludicrous. I think April we're gonna get it Direct. It's already been rumored. Yep. It's already been rumored. There's a giant thing about it, and I'm pretty sure they wouldn't keep Animal Crossing just specifically for E3.
I do.
They won't.
No, I do. I do. I
don't think so.
100% believe Animal Crossing is the E3 game.
Well, I
don't
think
think
it'll be one of the two. It'll be either Animal Crossing or Luigi's Mansion 3.
No, and that's what I was saying.
They're not going to
It's
say
not-
both for E3, but they might show Luigi's Mansion 3 in this direct and not Animal Crossing.
Yeah,
or the other
exactly.
way around.
Yeah, that's what I think. I think it's going to be Luigi's Mansion in this direct, Animal Crossing for E3. I think Animal Crossing is going to be a game that they've been working so long on that it's going to just be shown and we're going to be like, oh, looks so good.
Or they could give like a teaser for Animal Crossing, kind of. But I guess they already did that.
Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, I mean, also there's good evidence for a Smash Direct too, because people were saying like for a Smash Direct, like there's still other things for Smash that they'd have to talk about too, because they already teased in the previous Nintendo Direct that they were saying like, yeah, they were saying 3.0, so there's definitely like new stuff coming with that, like not even in terms of just like balance changes, but straight up I think like there's going to be new modes that they're probably hinting at, because they said they were pointing to new modes in that blurred image when they were showing it, so I think that there's probably that. Then they still have to show that. Remember that app that they showed in that direct where like they were like, there's a phone app coming. They still need to talk about that, and they still need to talk about Joker's moveset. And then at the end, if they wrap it up with like the next character, that could make do for like a Smash specific direct easily, I would think.
I would be really mad if they did a Smash Direct, because I feel like Nintendo relies on Smash much.
I agree.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I agree. I don't see why they would need another like Smash Direct.
Yeah,
it's just
especially,
like
I feel like Smash Direct, like a specific Smash Direct right now would be a little too soon. I think right after like the November one. Like I think a Smash Direct, like if they were gonna have one, to do what they did with E3 2015, or if you remember, there was a Smash Direct at E3 2015, but that one, it wasn't part of Nintendo's actual E3 show. It was just like its own special direct that happened before E3, I think, even started. And they talked about Lucas in there, and they showed Ryu and all of that. I think they should just do the same exact thing this time. But the only problem with that is Joker would have already had to been out by then, so that's the only thing. Yeah. I don't know how they're going to fit Joker. Maybe they could just fit Joker into a Nintendo Direct this month and then have like a Smash
That's what
Direct.
I think. That's actually what I do think. I think it's going to be fit into an.
Yeah. I think that would
And
make
it's
the most
going
sense.
to be like, and he comes out today. Boom, done.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can see that too. Like Joker releasing right after the direct or whatever would make a lot of sense to me.
I mean, I know people probably saying April's too. Got one in February, but you've got to remember that the space between the September Direct and the February Direct was the biggest Nintendo Direct gap ever. So to like kind of make up for that,
And they purposely do this with the first direct too. They purposely hide some of their big stuff in the first direct, because even the direct last year, the first one that we got was in January, and they didn't show anything in that. They didn't show the only good thing. I think the big thing that they showed at the end was that there was going to be Dark Souls for the Switch. But besides that, like even that first one, they didn't show anything, and then you have to wait until March to get the one with Smash and Crash Bandicoot and all those games. So that's the thing. I feel like they're doing the same. They're doing the same thing here. The February one, you got Zelda, which was like the really big thing that they showed at the end. But this one's gonna be either Animal Crossing or Luigi's Mansion and Joker and all that. This is gonna be
defend. No, I thought the last one, especially with Mario Maker and the fact that it's coming out in June. I think that's a.
it's not that relevant. I mean, Mario Maker's big, but not that big.
Yeah, I mean, and Zelda was the one they saved for the end too. That's like the one that they wanted.
That's
it
a
to
massive
be their...
disagree.
Yeah, no, but think about it. If Mario Maker was so big, they wouldn't have put it as the first game that you see.
That's what I
They
would
have
say,
had it as like the last.
They
game
would have
as a
switched
big
Zelda
reveal.
and Mario Maker if they didn't feel like that.
Exactly.
I mean, saying that, but at the same time, in one of the directs, the beginning game they showed was Majora's Mask 3D, which was a game people had been absolutely begging for
but
for
still
years.
not as big of a thing. That's just the fucking remaster.
Wasn't that the direct that ended with Cloud though? That's the direct that ended with Cloud in Smash Bros. So
even that would be bigger.
They still saved their big stuff for the end, and they definitely want Zelda to be the big one.
I guarantee you, Mario Maker is going to be the biggest game on the next to Smash. Guarantee it.
I don't think so.
I don't think so. I think Sword and Shield will probably be.
The amount of like content creators, and the amount of influence Super Mario Maker had, like there's literally entire channels based on.
Sure. I'm not denying that. Dude, trust me, I've seen some of those guys. God damn, they're big. But that's besides the point, though. I get your point, but what I'm trying to say is, it isn't that big in like the rest of the sphere for like people. Because like I've never
big in
even
terms
played
of
Mario
like
Maker.
content creators. But it's not.
Sure,
It's not as big in terms of fan base, like just playing. I guess if that makes
Playing
sense.
it, exactly. Like sure,
I
it is a
disagree.
fan base. No, but like here's the thing. That's the same thing as like how do I say this? Like it's a subsection of an already existing community that's already like big in itself, but then that's just a subsection of it. That's big. That's also big, but it's like what I'm trying to say is like it isn't as big as like Pokemon or Smash or like one of those like big chompers. You know what I mean? It's not as big as one of those guys individually. Because to me, like when I look at Mario Maker, it's almost the same as if I'm looking at like Mario Strikers or Mario Tennis.
No.
No. I'm just being honest. Because to me, it's just a spin-off titles type thing. To me, the big Mario games, the ones that like have the biggest impact, that are the ones that you put at the end of a direct, is like Odyssey and like Super Mario Galaxy and those type of games.
I think it's just as big as those games.
I don't think so personally.
I think it's definitely as big as Odyssey, and I'm predicting right now it's gonna sell.
Well, I mean, sure, it may sell better, but what I'm saying is, to me, like the way I kind of perceive it is that it's just a spin-off title. It isn't like a mainline title that has any like of the same kind of impact that like it's like for example, it's like saying that like like Triforce Heroes or something like that is like that is super like big impactful.
No,
versus something like fucking Breath of the Wild. That's how that feels to me. Like I'm not saying you're wrong or anything. All I'm saying is, to me, the way I interpret
it's
it is
different
that
opinions.
It's just I personally don't interpret it the same way you do. I think it's less relevant than some of the bigger titles. And I think the way you're perceiving it is you're giving it like, I don't know. I feel like you're assuming a little too much from it in some sense.
I don't. I think it's going to be absolutely jagged. It's going to be one of the Switch's best sellers.
Let me check. How much did Mario Maker sales?
I want to check. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna check that exactly. So it was on the Wii U, right? Which also it's also a down, which is also a little bit of a downer for it straight away because it's on the fucking Wii U. But that's sort of 4 million as of September the 30th, 2018. So good, but not too hot when you compare. Because you said it's gonna be the biggest thing on the Switch, which I don't think so. Because 4 million, if it's on the Wii U, by the way, as well, still okay. The Wii U is like pooperino, but still that's a good chunk of numbers. Remember, 4 million. Compare that to any Pokemon game, like literally any Pokemon game, or like I guess one of them, like Smash games. It doesn't come close to that.
Yeah, well, that's why I said next to Smash. Smash is like literally every single Nintendo franchise.
Yeah, but the first time you said it's going to be the biggest thing on the Switch, but I don't think it's even going to be second to Smash.
I did. I'm gonna.
That's so, dude. Like, okay, it already can't be unless it sells exactly 10 million copies.
Okay, I believe it will. Easy.
Which would be more than you're asking it to sell more than double.
Hell yeah, yeah. I believe it.
I don't think it'll be 10 million, but it'll be like 6 to 8. I say 6 to 8.
Oh, I do.
I think it's gonna sell. I think it's gonna sell 2.5 million. I think it's going to surpass that.
Pokemon and Animal Crossing outsold.
It'll be big.
Oh yeah. Also, you forget Animal Crossing. Animal Crossing is also going to be out.
Animal Crossing
Pokemon.
Yeah, I guess Animal Crossing is pretty big. Yeah.
Pokemon already beats it. Animal Crossing will beat it because Animal Crossing's like literally people want Animal Crossing more than they want like a Pokemon game, which is insane to me. But I mean, damn, mad respect. But I get it also though because you guys have been waiting for a long time.
I'll agree on Pokemon and Animal. I'll agree with you there. But I think it's definitely going to sell 10 million.
But here's the thing, though. You also have Breath of the Wild above it. You have Super Mario Kart above it. You have what's it called again? Actually, let me see how far Odyssey is sold. Super Mario Odyssey sales. Let's check how that sold. Because I know Odyssey.
How much does Splatoon 2 sell? I feel like that's a good comparison with Mario Maker.
No, I think it's good. I think it's.
I'm pretty sure. The latest one.
One second, I have the official thingy here for it. So Odyssey is sold according to Nintendo. This is Nintendo's sales chart as of December 31st, 2018. Okay, which is number one is Super Mario Kart 8 Deluxe at 15.02 million.
Might not be that
Super Mario Odyssey 13.76 million. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate at 12 million. Breath of the Wild at 11.68 million, and then Let's Go Pikachu Let's Go Eevee at 10 million. Splatoon 2. Oh shit! You also forgot about Splatoon 2, which at 8.27 million.
I can see it being that type of game. Splatoon 2, like at the most. Yeah, it won't be.
I think it's more akin to Super Mario Party. I think Super Mario Party sold 5.3 million.
It's not. It won't be Super Mario Party, but it'll be close to Splatoon level.
No, but Super Mario Party sold 5.3 million copies.
Yeah, it'll be a little more than that because it sold 4 million. It sold 4 million just on the Wii U.
7. It's the 7. Yeah, it's the 7th best-selling Switch game. Is Super Mario Party.
Yeah, but it's like 4 million already on the Wii U. It'll sell way more than that.
Wait, quick heads up, by the way. Fucking Kirby Star Allies sold 2.4 million copies.
Yeah, that game's garbage. Throw that in the complete trash. That's the worst. Oh,
Hot diggity damn. No, I'm not denying though. It's gonna sell good, but you were saying like it's gonna be like bigger than old. Dude, you're literally comparing it to like. Come
it's
on.
going to be. It's going to be bigger than Super Mario Odyssey.
I don't.
Super Mario. What now? I don't think so, dude.
Super Mario.
No.
Yeah, I do.
No.
I genuinely do.
Dude, Super Mario Odyssey has more sales than Smash. Okay.
Smash is gonna.
Smash.
Yeah, Smash
You know
is
who,
gonna
like,
have
you know who's like the poster boy for Smash? Etika, my dude. Etika, the man with the sandwich dick. Do you seriously expect like Mario Maker to beat out Smash?
See, the thing
No,
is,
because-
yeah, the thing
No,
with
because
wait,
Smash is going to have more sales than Odyssey in like a month or two.
Then Odyssey?
Yeah.
So, but
Odyssey-
remember, Odyssey has almost 14 million sold. Actually, I think it has 14 million sold at this point.
Probably.
Yeah,
'cause
Smash
it's
is
been
going to be
months
beyond.
after.
Smash is going to be beyond it soon. Because remember, Odyssey's been out since 2017.
I don't see like any like organic
Well, yeah, obviously,
hype
we'll
for
be-
a Mario Maker that like the other big titles got that ended up selling really well, like Breath of the Wild and Odyssey and Smash.
Wow.
I don't know. I don't know. Like Mario Maker, it's gonna be big, sure. I think it's definitely gonna sell about 5 million copies. If I give it a high estimate, low estimate, I'm putting it like around the same range as like Mario Tennis, which is me being very, very rude. I'm sorry, but like I think it's gonna be anywhere between like 4 to 5 million copies if I'm gonna be genuine about it. 4 or 5 million. I don't think it's gonna.
I'm gonna say
if it surpasses 10 million, dude, no joke, I'll give you $100. No joke.
Yeah,
10 million
all
copies. If it surpasses 10 million,
All
10
right.
million, it has to surpass 10 million.
Okay.
I'll give you $100 because I don't give a shit about
Okay.
those $100. I'll give it to you because you were right. If it surpasses 10 million,
It
not
will
under,
eventually,
like
probably.
literally, unless it goes, no, but like this has to be in a range that he said here because he said that it's going to surpass in a few months, which give or take, like 4 or 5 months, that it's going to surpass Super Mario Odyssey, which has
no.
14
Give me until December. From
Until
June
December,
until
okay.
December.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah,
Ten-
it won't-
it's
it
going to
won't be
surpass 10
December.
million.
It won't.
It's going to
but-
surpass
okay.
10 million. So
It
it's going to
won't.
be over 10 million and it's a 1 at the end, okay? 10 million and 1 at the end. That is what it has to be because that's what you said, okay? I'm going to hold you
Yeah.
accountable for this, by the way.
Okay.
Cool.
Hey, someone in the chat is gonna remember this, and they're gonna go on you on Twitter, like, bro.
You already know that no
Wow, I wonder
context
what I'm
ruffled
gonna spend with
account
my
is clipping
$100.
this right now as we speak.
Oh, dude, I know, man. He's already been on my ass all day, dude.
Oh no.
Man, the 1-2 Switch is the most useless game I've ever seen.
What the hell?
is.
That is the greatest video game to ever be made.
Do you need to contradict everything I say?
Like that milking game is just a classic. Like what are you talking
All right,
about?
let's try something else. No, I can't say that because that would be wrong. Rape is bad, Ben. Rape is bad, Ben.
Okay, is it? Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
I was like, is he gonna go there? Is he gonna go there?
No, I'm not. No.
Well,
Now we're definitely demonetized.
yeah, I was gonna say there goes the
It
demonetization.
doesn't even matter now.
Oh, it's a stream,
Over.
though. Like it's a stream, so it doesn't matter. Like
Electric chair.
YouTube, if you're watching, don't demonetize us. Thanks.
Yeah.
No, but like, I don't think 10 million is gonna be breached though.
It will be 10
Okay.
million by
In the time span,
in a
in
couple
the time
years,
span, no.
but not
Yeah,
in 6
maybe.
months. Not in 6 months. No way. Not a chance.
All right.
Yeah, I think it'll do well.
Wait, how many Switches are there in circulation? Like, how many are owned right now? Do we know that?
I think close to
forgot.
like a little over 20 million. I thought.
How many Wii U's were there? If we can like roughly,
I don't
7.
it's like half than that.
No,
7 million?
It's like
So the
triple
Switch
amount
is
of
at-
views.
So the
No,
Switch is
it
at 32.27 million.
32.27 million. 32 million.
Okay, and the Wii U was 13.56 million.
yes,
is all
literally
it's sold.
triple,
Yeah.
almost triple.
So yeah, wow, triple the amount. God damn, the Wii U was really trash then. Holy
Yeah.
shit, dude.
Wii U was so trash, man. But yeah,
Damn.
It was a good console though. So nostalgic. Oh my god.
no, I didn't like that era at all. It was
Well,
so-
to be
oh,
fair, they did make Animal Amiibo, and that was
Yeah.
and Star Fox Zero, the trashiest game on the planet.
yeah, and all the Mario games were subpar compared to the past.
Disagree. 3D World was fantastic. I'm waiting.
Oh, but this is weird though.
3D World was nothing compared to Sunshine or
Yes.
even Galaxy.
Well,
it was
curious.
in a sandbox type of game. That's why.
Yeah,
I'm
it was
curious
fun,
about
but
the
it
sales.
was
Super Smash Brothers, like on the 3DS and the Wii U, right? It sold more on the 3DS because, of course, it had more, more people own the 3DS. So, but the combined sales of essentially the same game was about 15 million.
Yeah.
which is like hot diggity damn. Like
And
that
the
is not
combined
bad.
sales of that is only 3 million more than Ultimate right now, which it'll probably obviously
Hmm.
go up.
Because when you look at like the amount of sales on of like Super Smash Bros on the Wii U, it was 5.3 million, which is like 1.3 million more than Super Mario Maker. Like when you compare it, so that's like really close. But then you also got to remember that it's the Wii U.
Exactly.
But whereas you know when you look at like Ultimate on not Ultimate but like Smash 4 on the 3DS, it sold way more there, like double the amount. You know what I mean? Like 10 million copies essentially.
I can't wait for Mario Maker to blow up and to sell 10 million copies. I wonder what I should spend for my $100.
Alright, let me try to see what's left here. I think the only thing that we have to talk about is there was also a rumor. This definitely, by the way, I'm pretty sure is false, but I just feel like talking about it would be kind of fun. Is that there was a rumor that came out that Nintendo is apparently working on a Nintendo phone or something along those lines.
Oh, yeah.
Which I highly doubt is happening, but just the possibility of it happening, I think would be kind of funny. Like, do you guys think like Nintendo? Because we know how bad Nintendo is at a whole bunch of stuff. Do you think they?
Yeah,
could,
it would be garbage.
Honestly, do you think that they could successfully pull off a phone if they tried?
They're good at handheld. They're good at handheld though, so I would
Their
give them the
phone would be
benefit of the doubt.
garbage.
But since they're shit at making like good like you know interfaces and like a good UI and all that shit for like
Yeah.
you know their stuff, and since a phone is like 80% UI, you know what I mean, like 80% is like the user interface that you're looking at like 24/7. You know, I just wouldn't like. I wouldn't give
No one
them.
would
You
use
know,
that.
I wouldn't give it to them to be able to handle that. Like I think they're a
could
little bit
see it.
dumb.
I could see it as like the first phone for a kid or something. But that's it. Like, I just could never see them doing well with the phone.
And like every company has their own like exclusive or whatever. What would their exclusive be? Like just having Nintendo games on it? Like that's like their big thing.
Super Mario Run. Ooh.
I mean, like
Just-
I don't know. Like I'll show you this funny picture that I saw. Like this meme that I saw about it. It was hilarious. I'll put it on stream because I was actually dying when I saw this. It's let me see, because it was like the day when everybody was talking about if Nintendo was going to be making a phone. That day was crazy too because they announced Google Stadia or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that thing sucks. Well,
I remember
Yeah.
like that whole day was crazy.
I'm asleep. I know that was a crazy weird day.
Yeah,
Google
I'm trying-
Stadia is garbage. I'm sorry. It's a streaming
is.
service. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even know how that's gonna work. Like the way that people were saying, like it's gonna be amazing and all, but like I don't know how I feel about that. Also, why is the image that I took not coming up? Let me just try it again. Man, but yeah, if I can't get it to come up, I'll just show you I'll just tell you what it says. But let me see. Try one more time. But yeah, Nintendo phone, I think like their biggest selling point would just be saying like, okay, yeah, you can play Zelda games and stuff on your phone, I guess. It would be cool if they connected it with your Switch, kind of. But I don't think that'll happen either.
Doesn't the Switch Online app already do that?
Yeah, but like even way more, like to just be able to have everything. I guess. They probably won't do it. Like I highly doubt that they're gonna do it because then they're gonna have to go into.
Honestly,
like,
I don't buy the Nintendo phone.
I mean, I think collectors would, but I think like because they'd have to go into like the whole entire like they're trying to take like they'd have to go with the mobile market at that point, and then it would be crazy. But
Yeah, they're just like
here's the meme. Look at this. This is hilarious. The guy said, "Hey, bro, what's your phone number?" And then he sighs and says, "HX5H." It's like a long friend. I was dying when I saw this. Can you imagine that just
Remember
being
when the Wii U actually had friend code?
Yeah, imagine that just being like your phone number on the Nintendo phone, bro.
Oh, the Wii U had friend codes. What happened?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, so that was crazy, but I mean, like they'd have to go with the whole mobile market at that point, and I just feel like they won't do that because they'd have,
I just
they'd
saw
have
the
to,
meme.
I just
Yeah, I know.
Oh my
I love that.
81,000 likes. Oh my
That was
god,
hilarious.
that's deserved. That's
Nintendo's
fantastic.
impact.
Yeah. But yeah, you were saying something, Zach? I think I cut you off. My bad.
Oh no, I was just saying that I think a phone would like I agree with you. It would be something I think collectors would probably go for, but I guarantee like I feel like it would like 99% fail so badly.
Yeah, because then they'd have to have like contracts and everything too, like your calls and your text message and data and all that. Like it's a whole entire just like, a whole another sphere that Nintendo shouldn't just jump into. Like they're already trying to do that too. Like they're trying to branch out to movies and other things like that, and they did the smartphone apps, but like to go into phones, like it's like there's too much. There's too much that they have to be.
Oh, dude, that's I think that's one of the things that like Steve Jobs once said, like when he was talking, like when it was still alive, he like mentioned how like a company that's like making a specific thing, you know what I mean? They're good at making that thing, and they keep making money, but like when you have people that work in marketing departments, they keep trying to push this idea of like doing these like crazy new things, and some of those things may succeed, and then those people get put in charge of the company. And when you put a person who only handles like marketing and shit and those IDs to lead a whole company, it messes things up because you stray away from the original purpose of your company. As we're Pokemon, like not Pokemon, but like as we're Nintendo is a company that makes video games, straying too far away from that, you know what I mean, into other areas will only just hurt them rather than be a gain for them. I remember like specifically Steve Jobs said that because like that's what essentially.
I think I can remember him saying that too.
Yeah, I remember like there was like he had this interview about that specifically, like how a company straying away from its original purpose, trying to make a penny from everywhere, ends up it making no pennies at the end of the day. You know what I mean? From nothing, because you stretch yourself thin. If you're a company that makes toothbrushes, you shouldn't all of a sudden be like, oh, even though our toothbrushes are good, let's just start making, I don't know, let's just start selling apples because for whatever reason we don't care, we don't want to do, we just want to do it.
Yeah, you can't just hop into spheres that you're not used to.
Exactly, and that you don't understand and that aren't for you. Just stay where you are, keep doing your thing, and try to innovate, but don't try to like throw away what you already have for the sake of business trends. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Exactly.
So yeah.
All right. I think that'll do it for everything else. Like, you guys have anything from this month or just like other things you want to talk before we go to viewer questions?
I think I was muted when you guys were talking about Joker.
Oh, okay. Did you have something to add?
Actually, no. I think you guys said
Yeah, because we talked about the render, and then we talked about how they changed it from saying like coming in April to approaching.
Yeah. It looks really cool, and I think that he will come out very
honestly,
in the next week or two.
Yeah, I could see him like within the first two to 3 weeks of April. I think. I don't think they're gonna make us wait until like the very end of April to get him.
Yeah, exactly. So. And I think that a regular Nintendo Direct will come. And I think it will be like really, really good. I think Reggie will be hosting it and everything.
Yeah, and it'll be his last time. That's another thing.
And I think that Animal Crossing will be revealed. I think that Animal Crossing and like the new hardware, maybe the new hardware. I don't know.
If they
probably the new hardware and Animal Crossing.
That would be ridiculous if they revealed new hardware.
Yeah, didn't they reveal the new 3DS and that direct?
Yeah, but I think that was a Japanese exclusive direct that they did.
It was?
Yeah, like I remember when the new 3DS first came out, like when it was first shown ever, it was a Japanese exclusive direct. Because remember, it launched only in Japan first, and then it came to the US like I think a year later.
Yeah, but they don't do that anymore though. Everything is kind of like
Yeah, I know, that's what I mean.
Nowadays.
But I just feel like it wouldn't be like they wouldn't just squeeze a new hardware into like a normal direct. I think they would probably have its own special.
I disagree.
Hardware.
I actually disagree.
I could see. I think that will be. What?
Or they could just do what they did with the Switch and the new 2DS, where one day randomly a trailer will just get uploaded to YouTube.
That would be smart
I could see that more than them squeezing it into a direct. To be honest.
It would be really funny if they had a direct and they showed different games throughout the direct, and then at the end they showed the hardware, and then they showed how each of those games will function on the new hardware, like the new features or something.
Oh, yeah,
so like you see Animal Crossing, nice. And then all of a sudden they re-show the Animal Crossing footage, and it's on the new Switch, and then all of a sudden it looks better or something like that.
I disagree about Animal Crossing being shown.
Or they could screw you and show like everything looking amazing, and then say at the end, "Oh yeah, this was all running on the new one."
Or they could screw you over and cancel Animal Crossing.
I promise you, it's gonna be in the next.
Pull a Metroid Prime 4. Crap everything.
I definitely think
I wouldn't be mad if they admitted that their Animal Crossing they were making was trash and that they were gonna make a better one. Like I wouldn't be upset with that if it got delayed.
I think that what was it? I definitely think that the hardware will not be revealed at E3. Like I think it'll happen before. Like, I just don't see why. Like, the hardware is something
I
that
see it
really
happening
needs.
after E3, to be honest, like in July or August, around then.
Oh, really? I mean, I don't
Yeah.
know. I feel like the hardware, because when they mentioned it could come out in the summer, I feel like, I don't know. I mean, I guess you would want to announce it.
I think
Yeah,
even
it
the new
depends.
2DS, I think that was announced in August or July, like the very first time. The new 3DS.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, but I definitely don't think it would. I don't think it should be at E3 because I feel like that's something that really needs explanation. Like, you need to explain the hardware and the new features, and I think that that's too complicated to show alongside a bunch of games.
agree.
Yeah, that's
Agree.
true. I can agree with that. Yeah. All right, so then I guess we can move into viewer questions. So
Oh,
let me...
can I just quickly one question in chat actually that I really want to read out that
Okay.
I just want to add
Alright,
something
okay.
to because it actually is a good point, which is from Balraj asking, wait, so Diamond and Pearl remakes will have Gen 8 graphics? No, actually, I don't think so. And the reason I say that is because you got to remember that Gen 8 started development a long time ago, whereas Diamond and Pearl, if we're being, if we're estimating that it's going to be released, what, for example, like next year,
or the year
hypothetically,
after,
right?
Yeah.
Or like the next year or the year after,
2020,
then
please.
then it's probably started development,
Now.
around the same time. No, the same time as Let's Go started development. I think around the same time that started because it needs about 3 to 4 years of development as well. Actually, no, yeah, about 3 years. I think is for what they do for a remake if it's a bigger one. Because like the thing with Let's Go was it was like very kind of like a bare bones remake with no extra features, whereas like with a straight up remake, like
Yeah, I
what
think
with,
they would have
with
started in like.
ORAS.
I think they would have started in 2017.
Yeah, so assuming they started in that span of time, then if it was to come out if it was to come out next year, hypothetically, right? Then just already there you would know that the graphics will not be the same. They will be better, but they will be more.
Similar.
They'll be more in the style. They'll be more. Yeah, exactly. They'll be more in the style of Generation 8 rather than
better.
Let's Go.
Yeah.
Let's Go, but better. But exactly, but better because you got to remember that
it's like
Sword
a
and
Gen.
Shield.
It'll be a Gen 8.5 type of graphic thing.
Exactly. So that it's going to be looking better, but not exactly. It's going to look similar, but not identical. Look at like X and Y versus ORAS. How there's a little bit there's similarities, but there's also still a little bit of a difference. You know what I mean? Because like with ORAS, they had finally got to hang a little bit more of the 3D and all that shit, whereas X and Y was their first test at that and the first time trying that out. So they at least with ORAS had a little bit more experience, a little bit more. Whereas here they have far more. Now they know what the hell they're doing. So yeah, it's gonna look better, not massively better, but better. You know what I mean? For sure, and not identical. So yeah.
Yep. So yeah, let me open up the viewer questions. Let's see here. The first one is from Alex, who says, "What are your thoughts on Shantae 5 coming out later this year? It's coming out on the Switch, Xbox One, PS4, and even the Apple Arcade."
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I forgot. We don't really talk about Shantae because I guess we don't. It's not a Nintendo IP. But did you guys see that? Are you guys interested in that? Or
Yeah, I saw that. I was excited because on the same day, did you all see that PlayStation State of Play thing?
oh yeah, that day everybody was memeing
Yeah.
that. They were saying it was terrible. I didn't even see it live, but I'm glad I didn't.
It was hilarious. Like,
Oh,
I
yeah, it
remember,
was
it was so funny. Like, I remember the announcement tweet for it got like 8,000 likes, and then Nintendo did that dumb Tom Nook tweet, and it got 50,000 likes. It got like
And
way
then
more
Nintendo-
attention. Just a dumb picture of Tom Nook.
And Nintendo Direct was trending while the State
Yeah.
of Play thing was on.
Oh yeah,
State of Play.
the Nintendo Direct was trending during the PlayStation ones. Everybody thought a Nintendo
Yeah.
Direct got announced.
Yeah, PlayStation is they're on hiatus right now until PS5 until.
Oh yeah,
next
that
year.
crap. State
Yeah.
of Play was the biggest pile of garbage I've ever. Like I
Yeah.
said
That
this on
makes
Twitter,
it
but like,
literally makes Nintendo's bad directs look phenomenal.
It makes
It's
what?
like-
Oh
it
yeah.
makes Nintendo's
Yeah.
bad directs look phenomenal.
yeah, no, that's what I was gonna
Yeah.
say. It's like even though Nintendo have had bad direct before, PlayStation have like set the bar so damn low.
Because apparently
that
it was
any
all
direct
it was all
will do.
VR, wasn't it? That's what I
Yeah, it
heard.
was terrible. It was like the first game they announced was Iron Man, and then they showed the VR logo. It's like, oh my.
Yeah,
Yeah, if
Yeah,
it was just a
Sony's
straight up new
finished.
Iron Man game, people actually would have been hyped for it. I guess.
Yeah, like Spider Man.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
it was
that
the
would've
worst
been
thing
That
I've
would have
ever
been
seen.
crazy.
I
if it was
hate
just
Sony.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see.
Yeah,
next
Sony's
question.
finished.
Yeah,
We'll see.
next question. Are you guys gonna get Cuphead on the Switch? What are other Microsoft
Yes.
games
100%
you want
gonna.
to see?
Oh, perfect. All right, Cuphead and the Switch. Here's the next game: Ori and the Blind Forest. or Ori and the Will of the Wisps. Ori and the Blind Forest is literally one of the best games ever made. It's one of my favorite games of all time. If that doesn't come to the Switch, I'll cry, but I think it will, and I'm really excited. And if none of you have played it, play it right now, please. Thank you. It's on PC, no excuse.
I never played it, so I can't say anything. But...
PC. Zach, play it now.
Other
I have an Xbox actually.
Other Microsoft games, I don't know. Maybe like a Halo game ported to the Switch would be nice. Obviously, not like
that ain't happening.
Not like the new one,
Halo,
but like even the old
what?
one.
MCC though,
Like
maybe.
an old
but,
one.
Yeah.
One of
I
the
already
old
have the
ones.
Master Chief
Oh,
collection, though,
I mean-
but it would still be fun on Switch.
Obviously, not the new
I
one
want-
that they're making, but like
That's like if dude, like putting Halo on the Switch would be like putting Mario on an Xbox. It just,
Yeah, and King Zell said something like that's gonna happen.
Are you serious? Because I
Yeah.
have such a hard time believing that with how strict
King
they
Zell
are.
said that Switch is gonna get a game that would be like if Mario was on the PlayStation soon, except
Wait,
for the
King
Switch.
Zell, the guy
Yeah.
who leaked the direct stuff.
Yeah, the guy
Yeah.
who knows.
the guy who's like
Oh,
100% accurate.
no.
Yeah, he said something's gonna happen like that. So
I
we
hope
could get
they
like
announce
Halo.
Animal
I mean,
Crossing.
Cuphead is kind
for
of
the
like that too. It
Xbox.
was like a Microsoft game. Nobody would have expected it on Switch. So
Yeah,
he
but
said
no,
Cuphead is not it. He came out and said
Cuphead's
that.
a bit different though. You got to remember, dude. With Cuphead was an indie game that was then like bought out essentially by Xbox. It wasn't an original Xbox IP. It never was, and it never will be.
Yeah.
But it
because
did come out that
they
Microsoft
just
were the
bought
ones
it.
that pushed it on the Switch.
it didn't even
Oh,
buy
no,
it.
Yeah,
I
it
mean,
did, yeah.
okay, fair enough. But like, what I mean, like, is they essentially like gave support to the developers past
Yeah.
tense. You know, after the game was already out and was successful, they
Mhm.
essentially came in and were like, "Hey, you need more cash and put it on the Xbox, and we'll give you this bag of money with a big dollar sign on it. This is yours." That's basically what happened. That's what happens. That's what
Yeah.
exclusives like that are. It's just like
That's Microsoft.
big dollar sign, bag, and it's like, "Ooh, you want?" And they're like, "We want." So yeah.
Like yeah.
You know what's funny? There was a guy from Cuphead who actually like one of the devs who actually came out and said that it was Microsoft that approached them and asked if they wanted to port it to Switch, which I thought was really cool.
Yeah, that's what I was. Yeah, so
Yeah.
Microsoft.
But yeah,
And
that's
that's the thing, too.
that's
It's
not
not-
strange though.
It's not Cuphead's not a Microsoft exclusive. They were just being loyal to Microsoft because they supported them so much. But they technically could have released it on PS4 and Switch and stuff a while back, but they were just being loyal.
They couldn't have, because they had an exclusivity deal with Xbox. They had an
know.
exclusivity deal with it. No, they did. They did. That's
I'm
why
pretty sure I
it
read
wasn't on
somewhere
any
that
other
they were
platforms.
saying like they were just being loyal to them because they supported.
Let me check.
Because I know I saw this somewhere. I'll find the article and send it to you. But
Let
it
me-
was.
I'm
By the
gonna
way,
check it
is everyone here getting Cuphead when it comes out?
Yes.
I'll probably get it eventually, but like right now I've got other games to play. But
Yeah.
I'll definitely pick it
I'm
up.
gonna like preload it soon. Like I'm really excited to play it, but I'm
Good.
actually pretty worried though because I heard it's so hard. Like one of the hardest.
Yeah, I've
games
heard
ever
it's
made.
ridiculously hard, and that's the thing. That's like one of the reasons. Like I don't want to play it for only 2 hours, then get stuck and never play it again. You know.
Yeah, I'm scared.
Just get good. Simple as that.
No, I
don't
could
got
never.
time for that.
I'm
I
not
can-
good
I
at video
can
games.
Play other games.
Yeah, I'm not good at games. That's why
exactly-
Animal Crossing is my favorite
That's
because
exactly
it
why I
doesn't
don't.
require it.
That's exactly why I don't really care about Smash. Like I don't spend time to try to get good with one character. I'll play for a little bit. I'll play with you guys sometimes, and then I just go on and play some other game. Like
Exactly.
Oh, here we go, dude. I found it. So no, it is owned by the guys who made it. But
Yeah.
the thing is that Xbox paid for exclusivity. You know what I mean? They still
Yeah.
paid for exclusivity to have it
yeah, but
only
there
on the
was
Xbox.
no. I'm pretty sure like there was no like legal like issue with it or something. Like I forget exactly how they worded it because I saw it on you know Spawn Wave.
Oh no, it's just a timed exclusive. It's a timed exclusive.
I know
It's
but-
just a timed exclusive.
Yeah, I know, but do you know Spawn Wave? Because he was talking about this in one of his videos. I was talking like he said.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about, but
He literally said like it was just them being loyal to Microsoft because they supported them so much, but they technically didn't have any legal like document that said that they could only release it only on Xbox or whatever. Because he was talking about that, and that was like one of the things. I forget where he was saying that, but he was basically saying that's why it was surprising for them when Microsoft approached and asked if they wanted to port it to Switch.
I imagine Microsoft will be getting some loyalty.
Oh, definitely, they're definitely going to be getting like a
Royalties.
percentage
Yeah,
of the money, so it's going to
yeah.
be it's good for both of them. So
Yeah.
that's good. All right,
Yeah.
let me pull up the next question here. Let's see. What are your hopes for a more powerful Switch? We pretty much already talked about that.
Mm-hmm.
What are upcoming games you're excited for?
Mario Maker,
Mario Maker, Sword and Shield, Animal Crossing, Luigi's Mansion. That's about it.
Yeah, for me, I have literally no hype for anything except for Pokemon, Animal Crossing, and Luigi's
You're
Mansion.
disgusting. You're disgusting,
No.
my boy.
Yeah,
Mario Maker.
I don't care about like 99% of video games. I've learned this.
Mario
I've accepted this now. That
You're
so I'm looking,
literally called
yeah.
End Game, the cube.
I know I could never not anymore. Well, yeah, I can't call myself that anymore then.
Rename yourself to N the Cube.
Yeah, and Animal Crossing. Cube.
And Animal
the
Crossing.
Yeah.
I hope Animal Crossing's not disappointing because you've been waiting for that forever.
Oh, that would
Yeah,
suck if
I'm
it's just not
ready.
what people expected it to be.
I hope it's Amiibo Festival too.
Oh my god. Not even a sequel, it's just Amiibo Festival Deluxe.
See, what's nice with Animal Crossing, like the worst case scenario is just that it'll be like kind of similar to the other games, but that's not a bad thing because like the other games are so nice, and on your Switch in HD it'll be comfy. So, and then the best case scenario, like you get really awesome and a lot of cool new features. So either way, we're winning.
Mm-hmm. This guy
Victino, just quick thing, Victino. You're misunderstanding, dude. Console exclusives. PC is totally like a different ballgame.
Yeah.
It was because it came out on PC first. I mean, Xbox wouldn't have picked it up, dude, unless it ended up being successful. It was successful on Steam, hence why they bought exclusivity on console.
There was a Smash.
This has nothing to do with full on exclusivity. It's just like a timed exclusive on a console. That's all it is. So that basically that PlayStation can have it.
All right.
So
this guy was asking. You remember the Smash app that was shown in the Direct? What do you think is going to happen with that?
I don't remember that.
I already talked about this like earlier in the podcast. Like, so they did talk about that Smash World app. It's basically called Smash World. It's like a special app for Smash Bros. That's going to come out later this year, where you can share replays with your friends and like clips and stuff from it.
Oh, that sounds vaguely familiar.
Yeah, it was
Dang.
mentioned in the November Direct, but that's like one of the reasons why I was saying that we could just see a Smash Direct where they would talk about that. As much as I don't think a Smash Direct is necessary, I mean,
I don't want a Smash Direct, honestly.
I don't either. But I feel like just there's a lot of stuff that they could fit into just a Smash presentation. Like they could easily get 25 to 30 minutes out of Smash just with all this stuff like this that still needs to be talked about.
Yeah.
Were you trying to say something? My bad, I messed you up, I think.
For me, oh no.
Oh, okay. All right, then the next question was, let's see, what do you guys think Smash 3.0 will include?
Flips.
Yeah, pretty much. I think we already talked about it. It'll have Joker, probably the new modes that they were talking about.
Oh yeah, I don't think I talked about this.
It won't include Animal Crossing. Is that?
I know it'll have
It'll have a new
it'll have
mode.
like the stage builder, right, or whatever. I think that's gonna happen.
That's been rumored. Yeah, I feel like I can see.
Yeah,
that
because it was
happening.
data mined, so
Yeah.
it's
And,
that's
and
definitely gonna
Stadium
come.
too, like
They were
home run contests and stuff.
Yeah,
I
so I
can see
think
that.
that will come. Thank goodness, because I was worried that we were never gonna get those modes again, but I'm really glad that they're doing that. So yeah, I think we'll get that Joker, all the goodness, and yeah, and then the Splatoon spring update. I haven't paid attention to that.
It's supposed to come out, I think, Tuesday.
Oh, that's pretty though. I remember. Never mind. I saw it on Twitter. Yeah, it looked really pretty. That's cool.
There's like a
I like that they're
Splatfest
doing
that they're doing
something
too, right? Aren't they doing like an Easter Splatfest, I think, or something like
Oh,
that?
that's awesome.
spring- or
Yeah, I'll have
spring
to
one, I
participate
think.
in that. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, we can stream that together if you want. That'd be pretty cool.
Sure, that'd be cool.
But yeah, last question was, what are your hopes on the Switch? Yeah, we pretty much already talked
Software,
about
hardware. Oh yeah.
that. Yeah, just like
I mean,
it's a pretty vague
I
question.
Yeah.
I hope Animal Crossing is a Switch Pro exclusive.
Oh my god.
I mean,
Zach's
that's
getting
fine.
it,
I
so
would
it
love
doesn't
that.
matter.
I'm not
Yeah.
joking because I'm buying that Switch Pro. I'll get a 4K Animal Crossing.
Okay,
keep
I
winning.
hope it's
I
not
can't
on
stop
the
winning.
Switch. I hope
can't
it
stop
doesn't. I hope it doesn't support the Switch Pro.
Okay.
I hope it's only on the Switch Mini or whatever the cheap
Oh
one.
my god.
Okay.
Let's see. Alex said, do you
Now
think
I'll-
Joker will launch on April 1st, April Fool's Day, because Joker, April 9th is the start.
I don't think it's gonna happen,
Right.
but it's a pipe dream.
Would it be?
It's like
it
both.
would be
It's both
amazing.
brilliant.
It would be
It's
so
like-
good if they did it, but they won't.
Yeah, like April 1, but even April 9th makes sense because that's the starting day in Persona 5. Like, both would be genius. So, and they're not that much of a distance from each other. So either way, we're gonna be playing as Joker soon, and that's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see. I lost where I was.
Would we?
Oh,
Oh yeah, Switch BITCA.
Would you all get Borderlands games if they came to the Switch?
Oh my god, I forgot about that. But we're a Nintendo podcast, so we
Yeah.
didn't.
Yeah, I've never played
Dude,
Borderlands
dude,
before.
a gun with legs, man. A gun with legs. I fucking love Borderlands, dude. I totally forgot about that. I literally did not think about it even for a second there.
Okay.
But dude, fucking Borderlands, dude.
Yeah,
You know what?
I saw the reveal
Borderlands.
trailer.
I hate
looks-
Borderlands now.
What are you saying?
I think it's the worst game series of all time.
Can I seriously? Can I please like get like a free pass from the world to just execute him? Like, just like I know it's a crime, but I think I do everybody a favor. Let's be honest, right? Let's be honest.
I don't think so.
I think everybody except everybody can agree with me. We need to stop Ben. We need to send him to Guatemala or like Siberia and
Guys
hide him
in the
away.
chat, can we put hashtag Borderlands is bad, please? That would be really great.
All right,
Thank you very much.
since I know a lot of my viewers on the chat,
They're not gonna.
please support your home dog and give me
Don't do
hashtag Borderlands is lit. Okay, real quick.
The first comment I see is Ben needs to get clapped.
Damn.
Snap, boy. Damn.
I mean, like I haven't really played a lot of Borderlands. I played it at my friend's house, but I know like they're all really hyped for Borderlands 3. And even though they didn't announce it for Switch, I kind of feel like it won't. Maybe it'll come later. I still think if they like ported some of the older games, that would be really crazy. Like if they just ported.
I don't know
Borderlands 1 and 2.
what the relationship is with Gearbox and like Nintendo. I don't know, but I mean, like I don't know how if they ever worked together before. I have no clue. But I genuinely would love that to be on the Switch because if I could play Borderlands on the go, it'd be fantastic. But I will say though, unlikely. Borderlands is a very big game. I mean, literally, it is known for the fact that there's billions and billions and billions of weapons in it.
I remember when
So yeah.
I remember when they played Borderlands on the Vita and it ran like trash. Like it was so bad.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't know.
actually
I
have
think
that on the Vita. It's,
I think it's not going to be on there, but if it was, I'd be so happy, dude. Like I'd genuinely be so happy. But
I'd be
it's very
so
very
sad.
unlikely though.
I think I'd sell my Switch.
All right.
Why do you hate us? Like did we hurt you? Did we hurt you?
Borderlands hurt me.
Why? How? Okay,
It's
listen.
like-
This is a therapy session now. How did Borderlands hurt you?
Because
Did it
said
touch you?
liked it.
Can you show me on this doll? Where did Borderlands touch you?
It touched me here, here, and here.
Oh, okay. So you were a beta bitch who couldn't handle it. I see. You
Cancel that.
you couldn't handle that dick, boy. That massive Borderlands. Okay, now it's getting a little bit intense. I'm
If it
sorry.
was Kanto versus Borderlands,
Oh
Cancel
my
it.
so
God.
anyway, next question.
Yeah, next question. Let me read the next question. Do you think Waluigi could be DLC? Okay, ignored. Next
No.
question.
Yeah, I do.
Next question.
No. Do you think Joker could
I
release
think anything.
tomorrow? Yeah, no. Let me see the next one. Do you think we could get new Pokemon types like Fire, Fairy
No.
fighting? Maybe?
No.
Oh, he's talking about new dual types, not like straight up new types.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh yeah, we'll probably get
Oh.
that. Like yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
of course,
Like
of course.
combos that we haven't seen before. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
of
mean,
course.
what combos haven't we seen before?
There's literally a giant list
There's
of
a
the ones
lot
we
of
haven't.
them actually, to be
There's
honest.
so many that we don't have.
Well, then, yeah, I'd believe that. Yeah,
Yeah, at least a couple.
I'd be willing to bet a legendary.
Yeah, legendary too, because Marshadow was one of those I think that got like a combo that was with the legendary that we never got. So
What was its typing? I can't even remember.
a normal ghost, I thought.
Was it?
I don't know. I forget. It was something.
That was dark type or some shit. I have no clue, dude.
Dark and ghost maybe.
I have no clue, literally.
Or I think it was fighting. I don't know.
I thought it was like fighting or something because I remember like it has that whole punch move
Let
and
me
shit.
check. I'm looking it up. Marshadow.
I remember seeing like someone saying like a fairy dark type would be cool.
I don't know because
that
I
would be
remember
sick,
even
yeah.
the rumors for it were saying that it was like a really crazy typing. Remember like back when the leaks were coming out, everybody was saying it's like a really insane typing. I'm trying to find where it is. Oh, here we go. Marshadow, Cerebi. It's fighting and ghost.
Fighting and ghost.
Yeah,
Yeah, I thought
yeah,
it was
that's
fighting,
very-
but I
yeah,
didn't know
that's
about the
very
secondary
unique.
typing.
Yeah, that's very unique because it's
Ooh, that's cool. Yeah.
What?
what happened.
Wait, I'm still
What
sorry.
happened? Did Animal Crossing get cancelled?
I'm seeing people retweet old Etika, and I see that he was using like a 3D modeling program, a Cinema 3D or 4D, right? And he
Mhm.
made an Etika Minecraft model.
Oh my god.
That's amazing.
Oh my
oof.
gosh. Okay. Yeah.
Such a weird side note, but all right.
Yeah.
I mean, edit that Minecraft, man. I'll take it. Victor was saying, how long of a hiatus will you be on once Animal Crossing releases?
When Animal
You like
Crossing
that?
drops.
I did
Oh
not
yeah.
hear.
Yeah, I didn't hear
Zach's
that.
gonna be gone. He's just gonna be out for a year.
Yeah. Like my YouTube career is finished. That's
It's over. It's been a good ride, everyone.
Wait,
Yeah.
what did you say? You had a
Who, me or Aero?
Oh wait, no. But Zach, wouldn't you be able to just stream it every single day then? Because like,
Actually, that's what I'm gonna do. I think I'm just gonna do 24/7 streams. Like I'm not even joking.
Of what Animal
Like just
Crossing?
stream my whole experience, like all of it. Yeah.
And then you could have it
It's gonna be
preserved,
so
which would be
comfy. Oh
really
my
cool.
gosh.
You could
You're
actually
What?
have
gonna
it.
stream. You're gonna stream all day, every day Animal Crossing.
Yeah, I'll probably do that.
You know, it'd be crazy because you would actually have your whole entire like playthrough of that preserved in video. Like you could. See,
I know
you could
it would
see,
be
like,
beautiful.
You could do like at the end, like once you're like done with that game, you could like legit just have like a slideshow or kind of going through like all the different
Yes.
changes that
Oh
you
my
had.
gosh.
Like a time lapse of how you evolved or whatever the whole entire town.
Mhm.
That would be crazy.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Let me see
Can't wait.
here. Let's see. Next question. When will Zach make a Discord server? It always comes up every single time.
That's a good question.
When is it happening?
One day, I actually have some cool stuff in mind though. Like I've discovered some cool things that you can do with Discord, like bots and stuff like that. They can
Yes.
do cool stuff.
Dude,
so.
you gotta make
Yeah.
it like Animal Crossing themed because you love Animal Crossing.
Oh, that would be amazing.
Because you know how
yes.
mine's like Pokemon themed, like I got gym leaders and stuff. Like if you
Yeah.
have like you have like a
I see.
secretary position in yours and all that, like, you can make that.
No.
and every
Make it
time
amazing.
somebody says a
Yeah.
bad word, they get like wrongfully accused for
They get
tax
The
evading.
electric chair.
Yes, or like
Electric chair.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god.
or like a Tom Nook roll or whatever.
Yes.
Hell yeah, dog.
Okay. Yeah, we'll have to do that.
Yeah. Let's see. Dark Forest SJ says, "Do you all prefer the female trainer or the male trainer?" Do we see
In
the male
terms of
trainer?
design.
What now? I didn't hear what
Do
they
you
said.
prefer
Yeah,
the-
neither did I.
Do you
Do you prefer the female or male trainer in terms?
I think I prefer the
design?
female trainer because she, I mean, she
She's
looks like she
Scottish.
straight up. Yeah, dude. Yeah, she looks like she's about to like fuck somebody up, dude. Like punch out the teeth of someone.
I agree.
Do we see the male trainer even that much? Like we only saw like that one shot of him.
Yeah,
I'm pretty
yeah,
sure.
we do. Yeah, we do. We see a lot of him as well, man.
Yeah. I think they both.
Yeah,
cool.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. There's not really like one.
I've never
preference, I
really.
guess.
Yeah. I've never really cared too much about the protagonist.
Yeah, I don't really care how much they look all that.
I do, but I mean, I think the female one looks really, really cool.
'Cause
The
there's
male
also
one
gonna
looks
be-
good as well, but I don't know.
Because there's gonna be customization anyway, so you can make him look cooler later.
Yeah.
Now, Raul,
Yeah, but-
remember,
I
she's
mean-
10 years old.
What?
Oh,
I said the character looks cool. You pervert.
I didn't say anything.
The fuck is wrong with you? I said she looks fucking cool because she looks like a angry fucking I don't know British person, I guess.
Oh, I love the voiceovers people did with her face and like the.
Oh yeah, dude. You know the fucking
Yeah.
like Alexa
Those are a
play like that whole thing.
Hit him with the thunderbolt.
Oh
my
so
God.
fucking good.
Yeah, it's funny.
Let's see. Edgar saying, "Do you think that we will get any Mario Odyssey DLC?"
No.
Dude, Mario Odyssey DLC is literally one of the biggest missed opportunities I've ever seen.
Disagree.
Like,
Yeah.
that
I
game
would rather
is
than
They're
literally-
saving it all for
That
a
game is
sequel. They're
literally
saving all the
calling
games for a
out
sequel.
like DLC kingdoms. Like they could have just done an Isle Delfino kingdom. They could have done so many
Yeah.
things, and they just
No,
didn't.
I'm glad. I'm glad
I'm
they didn't.
so sad that Al Delfino was taken out for no reason. Like what? Like it was supposed to be announced now.
It was supposed
Yeah,
to be
that
in, I
is-
think, but
Yeah, it was like on the map and everything, and then they randomly just erased it from existence. It's like
It's because they hate us. They hate me.
yeah,
You know it's my
Sunshine's the
favorite
best
game of all
Mario
time.
game of all time. Yeah.
Agreed. Actual agreed.
let's see here. Last question that we have is from let's see, Jesus Santos 420, who says, "Do you think that we could have a dark type gym in Sword and Shield?" I mean, it's
What now?
possible.
Dark
I
type.
think-
Yeah.
isn't that the only type that
No,
we don't have
no.
one?
I mean, there is a possibility because one of the gyms does look like it could be hinting at a dark type one. But there's the reasoning they really haven't done it is because dark typing is like kind of in Japan considered to be like an
Evil?
evil typing.
Yeah.
So in that like gyms are meant to be
That
like
would
you
be
know.
perfect for a region based in like the UK because like there's so much haunted stuff there. It's all creepy.
Yeah, but that would be ghost typing then. I feel like, and you know,
Yeah, I
ghosts are
know.
more like you know,
Yeah,
more
for
like
sure.
just lost souls, whereas
Yeah.
dark types are like evil. You know, just inherently meant to be
Yeah.
evil Pokemon.
I didn't. Wow. That's.
Mhm.
Okay,
But-
Which is weird when you think about it. 'Cause, like Shiftry's like got that typing, but I don't think Shiftry's like evil. I don't know.
I mean,
I do. No,
the
I
name. I mean, it's like shifty. Like, oh Oh my god.
Yeah, you're right.
evil. Very evil.
But then,
I think it's
but then Umbreon as well, though. Umbreon isn't like.
I know
evil,
Umbreon
though.
seems like such a nice little Pokemon.
Nah, Umbreon's the most evil Pokemon at the moment. Like,
What
very
is
evil.
wrong? I mean, seriously, you like, man, do you have a death wish? Because I mean, you literally have a death wish at this point. Are you asking like everybody? Like, dude, do you know how many Umbreon fans there are? I think they would all like cut your throat. I mean,
Umbreon
I
is
couldn't even.
terrifying.
I
It's
couldn't
the
do the shit
scariest
that they would do to you, man.
It's the most evil Pokemon out there.
They're all led by
I mean,
Mystic
I
Umbreon.
just torture you by like never showing you a piece of footage from Kanto ever again, and just forcing you to look at Sinnoh. That's what I do. I tie you down
Anything
and just
but
force you to
Sinnoh.
look at Sinnoh day in and day out.
Anything but Sinnoh, please. Don't
That's
do that
all
to
you'd
me.
get to see, man. And your eyes would be wide open 24/7.
Oh,
That's what I
no.
do to you. But they do worse stuff, crazier stuff, man.
Oh, man.
No.
Let's
All right.
see. I think that'll do it for the Discord questions. We'll take a few from the chat, and I think then we should be good to go.
Yes,
Yeah.
guys, pre-cum is a conspiracy. I agree.
What?
Don't ask.
Yes,
Don't
ask.
ask. Don't ask.
Yes, ask. I
Don't
ask.
ask. Don't
Right
ask.
now, everyone's just memeing the female trainer. Yo for a cheeky Pokemon battle, mate. Oh man.
Oi, cunt. What a fucking ass, you bastard.
Are there any awesome comments? Let's see.
Same, I'm mostly a Vaporeon fan.
Someone
Yeah, I
asked
mean,
you
there's
who
not
would
really
get-
any questions I see right now. I'll wait a couple minutes.
What do you
but,
got? What new things do you guys want in Luigi's Mansion?
Just for
I
it to
don't know.
not be a 3DS game. It's like, right. And that's not even a meme. I'm not even memeing.
It does not look like a 3DS game. It looks better. Looks really good.
Disagree. That's why it took
I like
people like 5 seconds.
Question.
My personal hopes for it would be just the atmosphere of the original. And yeah, I think it's already a given that it's going to be like one big mansion. Like the way it's painted out and everything, like the art and everything, makes it seem like it's one big tower, which is so cool. So yeah,
Yeah, that's cool.
excited.
Somebody, I think Balraj was asking again, like, will there be following Pokemon in Gen 8? No.
I
No,
doubt
there will
it.
not.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I know. I
I
see people say that, but then why did they have all?
What do they have? What now?
They had all the models for Pokemon.
Yeah,
Gold.
but
for
okay,
Let's
but
Go.
that's like, but that's not enough of an argument. I mean, people use the same argument like for Sun and Moon because that's when they originally had those. All those were in Sun and Moon as well, but they never utilized them. Just because they're there, that doesn't mean that they need to.
well, they
inherently-
used them. They used them for Let's Go. The
Yeah,
cancel.
but Let's Go. But yeah, but that's the thing though. That's the whole gimmick with Let's Go was they thought like, okay, well, we got to do something here extra, and we can use the excuse that it was somewhat in yellow. So let's just let's do that. And that's what they
no,
essentially
but then
they did.
why even make them?
So
that
if you want to, no, but like the thing is, they just did that. I mean, they made them originally as like just kind of to have there, and I'm not. I mean, I assume they wanted to use them in Sun and Moon, not Sword and Shield, like in Sun and Moon. I guess they wanted to use them, but they ended up not doing it because it just couldn't handle it. Like
Yeah,
the
didn't they
3DS.
Are
say
you
something
kidding
like
me?
that,
The
too?
Switch can't handle
Like,
that.
didn't they say something?
The 3DS, the 3DS couldn't
3DS.
handle
Didn't
it.
they-
Yeah, but then why is it not in the Switch?
Yeah, because I
What-
think they realized that why bother waste? Like they're going to use the argument that it's a feature that's only meant to be in Let's Go because it's unique to yes. Like this is the same thing they do with everything, man. I just want a fucking Apex game out of nowhere. What the fuck?
That's
Okay, anyway.
that's the worst. That is the worst. That's the worst thing I've ever heard.
No, but dude, this is literally what they
Game
do,
Freak
man.
is that type
The
of
same-
company,
they
though,
do that
yeah.
all the
They
time,
would
man. They
absolutely
always do
say
that.
something like that.
The Heart Gold and Soul Silver has fallen Pokemon.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, but that's easy because there's just small
Yeah, they
little
don't care,
sprites. It's not whole.
Yeah, but
models.
no. But the thing is, they've already made the spread. 3D models. They've got every single one of them.
They'd have to do
even
it for all the Gen 8
Megas.
Pokemon too.
Yeah, but that's the thing, dude. They're lazy with that sort of shit. They
They
always do
are.
that. That's the
But with
thing,
that
man.
type of stuff, they're just
With
gonna
Auras.
think, why take the extra like couple hours, or not couple hours, but like
That's
days,
well, what a crappy.
days to make that when they could just do it and still get the same sales.
Well, if that's the case, they're the crappiest company out there because they've already got the 3D model.
I mean, we already knew that.
That's terrible. What a crap company if that's the case.
Dude, yeah, well, like that's the thing, though, man. I mean, think about like Auras, right? They didn't have the Battle Frontier because
Because
Oh,
they
yeah.
literally just, because smartphones.
They didn't.
like,
They
because
didn't bother
phones,
doing
that
it.
was
Oh yeah. Also, what was that again? When people like really liked the Dex Nav in Auras, and they asked like, "Can we have the Dex Nav in a future Pokemon game?" What was their response? Oh, sorry, but it's a feature that only fits to that game. We
yeah, they
won't
like to have
bring it back
exclusive
on other
things for
ones.
only certain things.
That's the thing. They remove features because they don't like they add features that are good, right? They had a good feature Then they
then you'll
remove
never
that
see it again.
feature.
It's
Yeah,
like
exactly. They
you're
remove
just-
that.
No, I get
And their
that.
argument is, no, yeah, dude, they're assholes. I agree. They're fucking assholes for that, dude. I'm not giving them a pass on
No,
that.
I
Fuck
get that, but why even make them and add them to Sun and Moon? Like all of the walking animations for all of the...
because they were meant to be used, but they couldn't. It couldn't handle it. So they decided, well, shit. What's the point of wasting these now and throwing them away? Let's just leave them in the assets and then reuse them when we can reuse them. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
didn't they
It's just-
mention?
No.
Yeah.
Didn't they
What's up?
mention in an interview that like they had features too that were like that they were trying to put on the 3DS but they couldn't, and so they were excited to have the Switch for new hardware and opportunities. or something
Exactly.
like
I mean, think about
Yeah.
this. Like
that. That was
their
probably one of
argument
those
now.
features.
Here's the thing, right? Like basically, what you have in front of you is like Sword and Shield, which I already predicted ages ago. Like even before Sword and Shield was like revealed, I said we're not going to get following Pokemon in Gen 8, and people are like, "You're stupid. Why wouldn't they do it?" Because they're Game Freak.
It's the
Like,
same
you do
reason why
realize
you
this is
can't
Game
travel
Freak.
to another region. I
Yeah.
guarantee it.
Exactly.
Because
It's like
they're like,
they-
why take the extra development time? Why take the effort
Exactly.
to make a whole another region that you could go to? Not like it would
Finally
be good for
people
the
get it.
fans, but why take the time when they could still get 10 million plus sales by just releasing the same game? You know, by like not having that
Yeah.
extra region.
Precisely.
They
What
don't care.
what a fantastic company.
No, dude, Game Freak is lazy, man. I've said this before. I said this last year with Let's Go.
Yeah.
They're lazy.
They're on
super
another level
lazy.
of lazy.
They do
It's
lazy
so
things in
bad.
certain
It's
ways.
so bad.
Like here's the thing, right?
disappoint fans, but
The thing is, they can do things right. They can do things like the Dex Nav to me was the best feature like I've ever seen. Like for Oras, I think Dex Nav was fantastic. For shiny hunting and all that shit, it was fantastic. I loved it. I loved the PSS system as well. They had it like for like I think
X
that was
and
also
Y.
in in Oras and X and Y as well. I think it was a good system. They have good shit they create, but they don't bring that good stuff back. The only Pokemon game that's like actually brought in new features plus old features and had the most amount of features in terms of brand new content was Heart Gold Soul Silver. Heart Gold Soul Silver.
Too.
Like, but no, that is the one that has had the most features, like feature-filled Pokemon
Yeah.
game. There's no other game that has
No, for
as
sure.
many features as
I
that.
mean, they literally just put the Battlefront here and
Yeah,
just put
exactly.
that, here it is. What's up?
Precisely,
Like-
and that's the thing. Is like it's one of the I think it's the best Pokemon games they've ever made because
It
it's
is,
just like
by
it's two
far.
regions. It's perfectly remade. It's so feature filled. You got following Pokemon. You've got like different methods of
You could go to the
shiny hunting. You
Safari
got so much.
Groudon, Kyogre. Oh my god.
That as well. There's so much, dude. It's such a
Yeah.
feature filled game, but
That
they
was their
haven't
peak.
done anything
We're never
since
gonna
then.
get that.
Yeah, they haven't done anything since then, like that level of features. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
see, Edgar in the chat makes a good point. He says, my opinion would be I'd wait another year for them to make a full 3D Pokemon game with a third-person view. See, that's the thing. It's possible
Yeah.
for them to take the time. Like, they could have not made Let's Go, and they could have just taken those 2 years and put them into Pokemon Sword and Shield and not have anything. The only problem is the fans keep demanding them for games over and over and over. Like, you saw how this year, we already knew that Gen 8 was coming, and people kept, like, demanding them to show Gen 8 every single tweet that they posted. That's the thing. They know that people are impatient. They could honestly make an amazing game, but they know that people are so impatient and will go to the point of like asking them to show new games and have release new games over and over that they're like, okay, we have to put out some type of Pokemon game. Otherwise, like they could have easily done from Ultra Sun and Moon and just not had a Pokemon game until like next year. They could have had a really good one, but they don't care because they know that people will keep demanding them for games, so they're like pushed to
yeah.
release the new ones.
And I feel like it's starting to have this kind of like mindset or whatever that they've been having with being lazy. So I feel like it's starting to
Which I don't agree
more
with
people are
either. Like I
starting to
feel like
realize.
like they just have to like just take their time and just make a good Pokemon game. They don't need a release every year. But to them, obviously,
Yeah, I agree.
if they could get a 10 million plus release every year, obviously they're gonna do that, right?
Yeah, I have not seen a lot of buzz for these games. I feel like there's less than usual for a new generation.
That's also because we haven't seen much yet. I mean,
Yeah, to be fair,
just
it's
wait till
barely
just
seen
wait
it.
till
Yeah,
we
but
get the
X
next
and Y
trailer.
like had a much bigger impact when it was revealed.
Oh, but yeah, dude,
But-
you
that was
gotta
'cause
remember
it
though,
was
X and
3D.
Y was like the first ever 3D Pokemon games.
That was
Yeah.
like,
yeah, I just don't see the hype for it. But we'll see with the next reveal if that starts getting. It just
Yeah,
doesn't feel
we
like
ju- we gotta wait
it
for them
doesn't
to
feel
go
like
back
that
into
typical
the-
new generation.
Yeah, we just gotta wait for them to go back into like the constant trailers where we get like new trailers every single week or whatever. Not every
Yeah.
week, but like once we get back into that time, like during the summer, then it'll be pretty hype again. I think like once they start showing off the new Gen 8 Pokemon and
Hopefully.
all of that, it'll be great. So,
Yeah, for sure. I do hope so.
but yeah, I think we're pretty much good to go now. I mean,
We
let's
got-
see.
We got a question in the chat. That's actually pretty cool for the
Oh,
viewer questions.
in Discord.
Switch BITCH. So, what do you what do you think Nintendo will have in 2020?
Oh,
That's way too far in the future. I have no idea.
yeah, I don't know. I would say maybe Diamond and Pearl remakes.
Smash DLC.
Maybe that Breath of the Wild like additional Zelda game that could come. Actually, no, I don't
Yeah.
see that. That won't come till like
I think a new
3 years.
Zelda, that's 3D, that's a sequel to Breath of the Wild. A new 3D Mario and Diamond and Pearl remakes will be their big games for next year.
A new 3D Mario. I guess I could kind of see that. I don't see it in the vein of Odyssey though. I could see it being like a Galaxy 3 type of game.
Yeah, I think it'll be like Odyssey, like maybe Odyssey 2 or something.
Oh
Mhm.
really?
I
could
hope
see
it's
a Galaxy
not,
3
though. I hope
type of
it's
game.
Sunshine 2.
Odyssey
I hope
2.
it's Sunshine 2, but yeah. Could we get an Animal Crossing Direct as Reggie's retirement gift? I mean, we
No.
kind of talked about this, but I mean, yeah, I actually do think that not an Animal Crossing Direct, but Animal Crossing in a Direct, yeah.
Yeah, it's possible.
E3.
But yeah, I think that's gonna do it. I mean, I don't see any more questions here, so I guess we can wrap it up. I mean, this was pretty good. We still had a good amount of things to talk with, even though there really haven't been any big events that have happened this month, aside from
Hell
like
yeah.
the Nindies thing. So that was good. So
We got
yeah,
super.
I guess I'll just go in. We can just go in Discord order and then just plug in all our stuff, and then we could end the stream. So yeah, for me, you guys know it's already here on this channel. You can sub to me if you want. I mainly cover Pokemon, but I cover some Nintendo news from time to time as well. You can go and follow me on Twitter at Actual Aero. That's usually when I tweet about like lots of Pokemon stuff and Nintendo news. Right now, I tweet a lot about Xenoblade because I'm like addicted to that game. But yeah, you guys can go and follow me there.
All right. I guess I do Sonic and I do Nintendo stuff. Been trying to do Nintendo content. I guess subscribe if it's in the description. If not, just search Twip on YouTube. Follow me on Twitter at Twip98. And yeah.
Nice. All right. You can follow me. You guys probably already know the YouTube Endgame the Queue, but you gotta follow my new Twitter. I mean, it's the same at Endgame the Queue because
yeah,
I got
that thing.
yeeted.
I was
So
gonna talk to you about that, man. Oh, man.
Twitter yeeted me. So
Twitter like just
You
gave him
got-
the boot. He used 2 memes with music and he got copy striked on Twitter. I don't even know how that happens.
I know.
I don't want to
Oh my
laugh, but it is a
gosh.
bit funny.
How do you
It
get
is funny,
copy
but-
striked on Twitter? How?
I know.
It
was
happened
so
to me.
You
It's
weren't
like
even like
from-
making money off of it. It's a freaking tweet.
I know.
Oh man.
Twitter sucks, guys. It's a terrible place. Don't join it.
Oh, I love Twitter. They hate every opinion you could have. It's
Twitter's such a sick place, actually. Like, oh my gosh.
oh man.
Yeah. So if you don't have a Twitter, then don't make one. I promise.
It's not. Ruffle, you got an ending?
Oh shit! Hello. Yes. What's up? Wait, are we ending?
Yeah.
Ah shit! Yo, it's your boy with the biggest tits in the world. Check out my channel if you want to. You don't need to actually. It's pretty trash. I just make really clickbaity
Yeah,
content.
don't do
Anyway,
it.
have a
He
great
hates
day.
Kanto.
Don't
He
check out
hates
his
Kanto.
channel though,
Don't
because
do it.
please,
Don't do
if
it.
anything, unsub from his channel if you already are subbed. That's all I request. Don't sub to me. Hey, you can literally dislike my videos if you want to. I don't care, but just unsub from him because he is evil. Okay, I think he's a devil reincarnate. Trust me. You guys all know what I'm talking about. Trust me.
Don't. He's a liar.
All right. So yeah, thank you guys all for coming. If you stayed from the beginning of the stream, thank you all so much. Thanks for all the donations as well. And yeah, we will see you guys next month, hopefully, to talk about new Pokemon, Animal Crossing, and a whole Direct and Joker and all that. So hopefully that
Yeah,
turns
we
out
will.
to be the case.
Hopefully, we'll have actual tea to spill next time.
Yep.
No Animal Crossing.
All right. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Twitter etiquette.